And it looks like we are activated.
Easily rigged is the best thing smoking. And here we are, yet again, another installment, Easily Rigged, back at it again. What's up with you, big dog? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a minute, but you know, we back.
We're definitely back, and we got none other than my homegirl, the lovely lady, irresistible Reese. Shout out to her. So she came through the building. You know, definitely a very solid sister. So salute to her. And we got none other than the mayor in the building, M3, saying, welcome everyone. Salute to Easily Rigged. You know, we doing this on Vamp Time. And even if you don't watch it now, you still got the opportunity to watch it on the playback. That's the beauty of the content that we produce, is that even if you're unable to catch it live, you can still enjoy it afterwards. You know what I mean? But hold up. Let me just go ahead and get this rocked out. We got Mandrell in the building. And, you know, we're going to be getting right into it real soon. I got the video pulled up. Mandrell says, hey, everyone. And Big Rig, while I'm setting up the videos, could you speak on just like the current events, the car shows, anything coming up real quick? And we're getting right into it, just like a quick little 5-minute spiel.
For sure. So actually, we got Impala's Magazine, big lowrider show coming up this weekend. Actually, it's going to be Sunday, and it's going to be in San Francisco, California, and it's going to be at the Cow Palace. It's going to be a pretty big major show. A lot of hitters are going to be out there. You know, LA come down. All over, man. You have people coming down from Oregon, Arizona, everywhere, man. It's almost gonna be like a super show. So that's going down Sunday. Out here in the valley, they done lifted the cruise ban, so they're gonna be doing a lot of big cruising this Saturday, going down in Modesto and all these areas out around here. They done lifted the ban, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be out there full force, and then you got the show, like I said, coming up Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be real big. Last weekend, you know, it was pretty dope, man. They had the Unique's car show, and they always have like the stereo competition. That's starting to be like a real big thing. Back in the days, they used to have stereo competitions at like, you know, car shows and everything like that, and they would kind of measure your decibels and everything, kind of more on a professional kind of level. But now what they do now is they just pretty much let the crowd and everybody judge, you know what I'm saying, and how your trunk is moving and whatnot. So it'd be a hell of a, you know what I'm saying, little, you know, get down out there, man, when they do the stereo competition. And it was actually a pretty nice little turnout out there, man. And that was in Antioch, you know what I'm saying, at the fairgrounds. That was last weekend. That was Unique Car Sounds, like I said. and that was like for the old school people, you know what I'm saying? So that's like, old school Chevys, Mustangs, Cougars, and stuff like that. That was that type of crowd. And there was also a big cruise with the new cars, and it was supposed to actually be a, old versus new, and they started in Hayward, California last weekend, and they cruised throughout the Bay Area, and they ended it in Pacifica. So yeah, a lot of things going on and went down, you know what I'm saying? Just to fill you guys in, like I said, we ain't been, what I'm saying, out, but just, fill you in on what happened the last, weekend and what's up to come, what I'm saying, in the car movement. So, it's going down, man.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. And for everybody tuning in, now we are about to get straight into the show. So, salute to once again, Irresistible Reese, the chocolate solid sister Reese. And then we got the Kimberly, my
KMA.
lady, Miss KMA. Shout out to the diaspora. And we got Mandrell in the building, M3 in the building. This is definitely going to be a heated show.
For sure.
This is going to be a heated show, and we going to get right into it. So if you're looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail, you've heard quite a bit of chatter, but you probably haven't heard it with the type of perspective that we going to come with it. So yeah, just give me uno momento, and I'm going to go ahead and hit you with this. Let me put the proper one up here. Are you a control freak? And I also want to say thanks for tuning in to EazilyRigged. Get the likes up. And with y'all on it, actually, what am I thinking? I have to do it properly because y'all are up here late with us on the vampire hours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go unnoticed.
Appreciate the donation. I can't thank.
Oop, that was the wrong one. But if you do want to donate, well, actually,
You feel me?
actually, I do. We do appreciate the donation. It was the
Yeah.
donation. It was the donation of time that y'all given.
That's
But
right.
yeah. So
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. Your viewership and support is immensely appreciated, and for that, we thank you.
I just kind of wanted to put something out there. I know, people that, watch the show and everything, and they see our intros and our get down, they be like, man, they always got these cars, woo-de-woo. And, just to put it out there, man, we have really dope conversations on Easily Rigged. But when it comes to the cars and everything, man, that's kind of like our culture, man. That's where we come from, man. You know what I'm saying? So we always like to put light on that, you know what I mean? Something a little bit different. And we always, you know what I'm saying, are open to talk about any type of car events or whatever that may be going on, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we like to do, man. You know what I'm saying? We like to have nice cars, man, and come out, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, have
Do our
nice
thing.
cars.
So I just wanted to put that out there because I know that our intros, it's always with some type of car activity, and just for people to look and they'd be like, man, but they conversations be like, some really real dope conversations, but I don't really be hearing like just hella car talk or like, but that's just, to put that out there with y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's solid to put that out there. But yeah, just to expound on that, it's also part of the culture because when people think of culture, they limit it down to one thing that's typically negative, typically violent or dangerous, debaucherous, something like that. But what you can highlight is that there's other elements that may be, let's just say, a little bit risque or something that people would consider dangerous, right? Swinging cars, driving at high speeds is considered dangerous. It may be considered illegal, but it's not placed on, and no one is saying that you should try this, definitely don't try this at home, unless you're a professional and you're doing it in a sanctioned area, because now they do have places where you can go on the strip and drive your car. They give you a straightaway, you can drive your car, or they say, here's a pit, man, go ahead and burn it out, wink to your pop. So it's a little bit different how we came up. So now a lot of cats are just taking over the streets and doing other stuff too. Most of the times people are not going out there to cause trouble. They just want to go out there to have fun. When someone does have an injury, it's unfortunate because cats get a little reckless. They trying to jump over cars. Some cats don't have the handlebars. So when some people think like, oh, it's just some super violent thing, the culture is we've been there, and a lot of people didn't used to be getting deleted down there. A lot of people wasn't even, when I grew up, people were swinging everything, every type of car, and nobody. Sometimes people would crash, and then they got another car, they bring their other car down there. So, but it's different elements of cultures that we want to also highlight. And then the intros that nothing is. Each day you're changing, right? So you should be working towards progression and evolution. So the intros is going to evolve, the conversations, the perspectives, but nobody that I've seen on YouTube is coming with any type of intros, whether it's cars or anything that's, just like really dope or impactful like that anyway. So, so yeah, we're going to get straight into it. And shout out to Nico Rar. If you in the chat, go ahead, let yourself be known, because we are gonna get this thing rocking. She says, I'm sending my husband to you. That's his thing. Yeah. Send the brother over. You feel me? And we'll work with him. We'll rock out with him. Shout out to the lovely K Marion in the building. And if you can follow instructions, please hit the like button. And if you miss any parts tonight, catch the replays on here, YouTube and Rumble. Good vibes. So without further ado, we are not gonna wait. We just gotta get right into it, bro. So are you a control freak? When we have these questions, they are balanced, they are nuanced, and they can go multiple ways. That's what you call an open-ended question, and it can pertain to different scenarios and circumstances in life. But let's pertain it to this scenario. So just imagine that this is your girlfriend. Let's commence. Man, go ahead, brother. What you got for me?
Oh, you gonna put that on me first?
I had to lay it on you because you had a little smirk on your face, and I did the editing and I set it up for you. And let me go ahead and cue this. And actually, let me ask you a specific question. How would you feel? What would be your thoughts and your sentiments if that was your lady and she went viral for doing that? Would you feel a type of way? Would you just brush it off?
I definitely feel a type of way.
But why though? Are you that insecure?
If you want to put the word insecure on it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to each their own, and however they want to word it, you feel me?
You like however you want to frame it.
Yeah, I don't. You call it whatever you want to call it, bruh. But
so you saying that's improper framing? I got you. I'm just saying that. Okay, go ahead, speak on it, Big Red.
I'm just saying, man. The way I move, bro, is I let a person kind of be them and see how they conduct themselves. You feel me? I kind of let them dig their own hole. You know, just how you said on the whole title, on the whole controlling thing. I don't consider myself, you know, controlling, but I do watch, you know, how people react and how they move. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't need to say anything because words, anybody could say words, bro. It's all about action. So I'd rather kind of see you around the wolves or see how you act to see if you just, you know, kind of fast. You feel me? And just basically what I caught on that whole situation was, you know, she was really acting really fast, bro. She was, you know, she did the turnaround and everything so you could see the cheeks. You know what I mean? The whole fucking, you know, just blushing and acting like she was starstruck, you know, all those things, bro. That's all kind of like that's like game on a woman's end, you know, letting you know what I'm saying, you got action. You feel me?
Was she really being fast though, or was she just
the
enjoying
herself? I mean, you can call it enjoying yourself or whatever, bro. But I mean, like I said, with the outfit was fast, bro. So just from the outfit, leaving in that outfit, you know what I'm saying, was a little off. That would have, if that was me and I was in the house or whatever, you wouldn't have left with that outfit on. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, you gotta, you know, and if that's gotta be controlling, and that is what it is. You feel me? But I feel you're a representation. You feel what I'm saying? So if you go out there looking like that, you know what I'm saying, and I'm allowing that like that, you feel me? Like for all kind of, because I mean, you know how men are. I'm a man. If you got, you know, just eye candy out there all like that, you know, and you putting all your goods out there like that, you feel me? That's a whole different situation, bro. So, you know, that's why, you know, people can call it insecure. They can call it, I don't really care about the name game. I just know just what it is with me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna let the person go ahead and go out there and do their thing and see how they act. And the way she was acting to me, good time, whatever, I'm just, you know, out with the girls, that's fine. But to me, that outfit was fast. That was a fast move for you to do the whole turnaround so he could see all of what you got going. You see what I'm talking about? And she just had a kid from what I'm knowing, you know what I'm saying? So you,
yeah, she just recently popped.
You know, I mean,
what if she was tipsy? What if she was tipsy? Does that excuse?
And again, bro, like we can do all of that. We can do the tipsy. We could do this. I was out with the girls. We could do all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's just a lot of wordplay and word salad, man. I mean, that's just the type of dude I am. I don't, you know, because I know if it was me, right? If it was me and I was doing some more whatever, my explanations of that and running that type of bullshit like that, hey, I was drinking or whatever, you feel me? It ain't gonna fly, bro. So all that shit ain't gonna fly with me, man. Like I'm an adult. Let's keep it grown, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know how to act.
Okay, so what you're saying is not only do you have a problem with the behavior that she was displaying, but you have a problem with what she was wearing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
okay, look, you know what? I don't even want to say you, bro. The whole us broadcasting the shit had a problem with it because when she turned around, we had to put the peach on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You going there?
Come on, man. Don't play with me, man.
You know what? Big rig. Hold on. If it's up, then it's stuck, man.
Yeah.
That was well played. And it is now. That was a good point. I'm trying. I'm throwing them fastballs. You feel me? You and then he hit that one out the park. You was down to 2 strikes. Then you hit a grand slam. So I cannot hold you on that. That boy turned into Barry Bonds slaps. I got you. No, I cannot even say that because that's true. If I would have showed those cheeks on live, you already know what would have happened. Bad. And it looks like, is that, hold on, my bad. I forgot to vet. Is that really you? Gray Pill, is that you?
My face showing?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Sometimes they will show
like he about 5 years younger. I don't know what's going on, Gray Pill. You shaved your mustache off or something?
Gray Pill is like, okay, he over there. He taking them ice baths, huh?
I'm a high value man, Big Rig. I'm alpha.
Yeah, you done left out of town and shit and came back like 5 years younger, man. This shit
I
crazy.
see him, bro, and then his nails too. They look manicured. He
got the treatment. He was out there living his best boy.
He's definitely fresh off of Manny Petty. That boy looking. That's what I'm saying. Great pill or the young pill?
Yeah, hell yeah. The life pill.
No, the green pill, because that boy boy looked like a fresh baby boy.
Somebody gonna make tacos.
I got you, Jody. Great pill. My bad, bro. But yeah, Great Pill. I'm gonna just. You already know the backstory on this, but just for clarity. So, Great Pill, there's a contingent of people, men and women, that said Kiki did nothing wrong. And even if she did do something wrong, she's the breadwinner, so you can't call her out on what she did wrong. And then even you got L Cool J saying she is mighty fine. And I'm not gonna hold him there. I think she's highly attractive, right? But that's not what we're discussing here. So, Great Pill, if you can hypothetically put yourself in the shoes of the dude, I think his name is Darius. I don't know. We'll just call him D while I look it up. Would you be okay with that? You know, considering that she is the breadwinner, the mother of your child. Would you be okay with the behavior that you just displayed? Would you be secure with yourself as a man to see your woman out there acting like that? Go ahead, take it away, brother.
That's a very good question. And what I can surmise from the videos that I've seen, the Instagrams back and forth, the history they have together, and if I can put my foot in her shoes, his shoes, mostly his shoes, because I'm not a female, shout out to her, I will have to say, no, I will not have a problem with it based on the fact that she is a celebrity. this is the relationship that we have together. I allowed her and was okayed for her to walk out the door like that. And now, if I could also be on the other side of the fence of dumbing myself down because I am a regular guy. I am not a celebrity. I haven't dated a celebrity before. So if I'm on the side of the fence, in my experience, I've had some fine women that I met, not dressing very attractive, that's showing the cheeks, that's showing the silhouettes of the smooth cat, the cocoa skin, whether it's dark, light, and creamy. And when we partake in a relationship as girlfriend and boyfriend, or if it was fiance and or husband and wife, and we walking together hands in hands, and if she chose to go out and say, "Hey, babe, I'm going out," I'm fine with that. So no, I'm not gonna be insecure as long as she carries herself in a way that's presenting of me. For example, in the video that we saw there, I saw somebody said, "Hey, he was rubbing all up and down." I'm like, dog, he got a fucking towel in his hand and he holding her from the hip up, not the waist low. We know how as fellas we do. We get that little curve. We get close to the edge of the booty cheeks, but we don't get there. He had his hand all the way up, damn near touching Adam's rib. So, and then it did that little slow little two-step, and then she stepped away and did her little girly thing.
I'm gonna play it and mute it, and then you can just keep talking. Hold on. I didn't see no towel there, dog.
No, play it over again, man. That was a damn towel in his hand.
Big rig.
Towel or something wrapped. Go ahead. We're gonna play that one more time.
Right. No, there wasn't a towel in his hand, but
what was that in his right hand?
But also,
mic in left hand, something else in his right hand. What was that? Can we play it again?
He had a mic because he was singing. But
what was in his other hand? No, play that. You ain't gonna play me out now. Play. What's in there? What was in his other hand? He had a mic in his left hand. He had something else in his right hand.
Hold on. Before you play it again, though.
Yeah, go ahead, Big Rig.
Just for the record, B-Eazy just called me a liar, but go ahead.
You kind of frame the question a little bit different when the gray pill got up there, because you're talking about breadwinning and all that, and I guess the stardom and everything like that. I'm looking at it more as in just, a relationship thing. I'm not looking at it as the shoes of me being, with a celebrity woman that kind of whatever she does as her thing. Not saying that my choice would be that much more different in what I was saying, but there would probably be a little bit more leniency knowing that, she is an entertainer or whatnot. So I can kind of understand, especially if I got involved with, that type of situation. But the way that it was brought up to me when we first spoke on it was more as if, would I let my woman, you know what I'm saying, not the one that's, the breadwinner supposedly, or the star, you know what I'm saying? That kind of changes the dynamic.
I was asking. My question to you was if Kiki was your woman. That's what I was saying. Like, if Kiki was your woman, so if she was your woman, automatically she would be the breadwinner. And I wasn't trying to frame it the exact same way,
right?
To each panelist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it, and the thing is like seeing how he kind of explained himself. Like I can definitely see where he's coming from. Like I said, I wouldn't say that it would really change my answer too much, depending. But like, if I got involved with, what I'm saying, an actress like that, and however she is on, her profession or whatnot, and how she carries herself, then that would kind of change it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just all. I was looking at it more different than that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm more of like, what old boy should say would be like the C student. I'd be more of the D student. So like, whenever something is kind of brought up to me, or or worded. You know what I'm saying? It's got to kind of lightweight be broken down because I may go lightweight somewhere else with that shit.
Yeah, no, I got you. But nah, it's all good. Some of the stuff is meant for you to go somewhere else with it. But a lot of the questions, the way I'm asking, the way I'm framing, what I'm interjecting is because, of course, this has been a hot story, and it's not just about the celebrity dynamics of it, because she is a celebrity, but there's many people that are just average people that still believe that they, hey, well, Keke Palmer could dress like that. Why should not be able to? And
now she got her thing from Wildin' Out, right?
I think she was on what was she on? Great Bill. I know she had a movie called Akilah and the Bee that was good. I think she was on.
Yeah, she was young. She was she
was
actually
young.
premiered.
Was she on Disney.
I guess
Okay,
it was
so
Disney, but
I don't really know too much about it.
she pretty much premiered with I probably messed up his name from NWO, not Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Yeah, she pretty much premiered then, and she was I followed her career since
was
then.
she in Barbershop or something like? Was she? I think she was in Friday or something.
She a singer?
No, I got you, bro. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I got you, Great Bill. I got you right now. Hold on, because we want to deal with accuracy. So,
but she's definitely got she's worth some millions or something like that.
Yeah, the last time I checked, her net worth was like around 7 to 8 million. Yeah, so it looks like she was on Wildin' Out.
Okay, yeah, okay,
yeah, she was.
And
on
then
Wildin'
the dude,
Out.
he was just from what I hear, he was just a trainer, right?
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she pretty much kept her for me though, because she really kept her relationship like not really out there like most celebrities do, but yeah, but you're right on Big Rig. Singer, yes, television personality, American actress, known for playing the lead actor role in a comedy and drama production.
True, she played in True Jackson. She played in Medea in Barbershop. Ice Cube had her in Barbershop.
Yeah, early 2000 to 2012, child acting and rise of prominence. That was one. 2013 mainstream success. Okay, cool. They even got Barbershop 2004, 2006.
Okay, so she's been around for a minute.
Yeah, that's her start. But originally, it started up when you mentioned the singing. Was in early 2000 when she started doing her thing, and then she got really out there. Barbershop 2004, Akilah and the Bee 2006, Medea's Family Reunion 2006, Jump In 2007, Cleaner 2007. She did two more in 2008, The Long Shots, Unstable, Shrink in 2009, Ice Age also between 2009 and 2006, Joyful, Winx Club 2. Animal, Impro Dreams, Brother Love, Ice Age again, 2016, Pimp, Hustlers, 2 Minutes of Fame. Well, I probably know who the hell, to me, I thought she disappeared, but she's doing a lot of stuff then. She's very active.
Voiceover.
Yes. Cold Case, Strong Medical, ER. I didn't know she's ER. I don't watch ER. And the list goes on and on from 2004, 2017. Yeah, she's been active. Scream Queens, I saw her on that because that was a fan favorite of that show. And anything else is pretty much my preference. Robot Chicken, Scream Resurrection, Disney, MTV, Nickelodeon, Singled Out, and here we are. Human Resources, and That's My Jam, early 2003. The Proud Family, that was another one. What about Nope? She was in Nope. I don't see that.
Irresistible Reese says she was in Are We There Yet? Oh, I think she said wrong kid.
Oh.
Nice try, Reese. You could have resisted that.
She was in Nope. I don't see Wiki got to update this because she was in Nope.
Nope, wrong girl.
Really? That wasn't her?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, okay, here it is 2022. My bad, I missed it.
Hold on, Great Pill. Let me get KMA in there because she having some struggle streaming difficulties. So we got to make sure.
It's like fucking 2 degrees out there.
Yeah. So we don't know how long we can KMA gonna have a stable connection. So Sister Kimberly, are you there or what?
I'm here. Like, I was so annoyed because my Wi-Fi connection was doing a whole lot of mess. So I had to go and buy data, which is something I don't really do. Like, I'm like, data, dude, now I gotta go back. But how's everybody doing?
We're
I'm doing
doing
well.
good, and we are so glad to be joined by a woman on the panel. And I'm gonna go to Kimberly, and then I'm gonna go to Grey Pill because Grey Pill has been given like a nice little balance with his perspective, and I like what everybody is saying. But let me run the clip one more time just so we can clarify, because I think at one point he did have a towel or some object in his hand. So let's see exactly what he had in his hand and how close was Usher to Kiki's cheeks. Kiki, do you love me? So, Kimberly,
He had a towel. It was matching her shit though. It was a magic towel like a motherfucker because it was matching her fit.
Yeah, so that towel was definitely blending in.
But you see how he sat down and was looking at that thing, though, and got up again, though, to hit that thing. You see him?
I mean,
know what I'm talking about?
Could you blame him?
She did that little twirl for him, and then when he sat down, he just looking at that thing like, you know
Miss
what?
Kimberly, go ahead and speak your piece, because I don't want to cut you off. And
that was a bubble. So Miss Kimberly, you know, I know that you said you are a control freak, so we're gonna take it you know, off of you and put it on your husband, because that's where a lot of the vitriol is coming at, is that Kiki's Palmer boyfriend. First, they're giving them some heat and backlash because he said, "You're a mother and I don't want to see my wife doing that." And they like, hold up, bruh. You ain't put a ring on it. Don't start calling her your wife. So they coming at him and giving him heat that way. So I just want to ask to you, do you think what you seen displayed, was that improper? Was that does the celebrity component change the dynamics of what you've seen? And then I also would like if you can add some sort of your anecdotal experience. Like, do you believe your husband would be okay with that? Do you guys have like an open kind of relationship like that? If whatever you're comfortable sharing, go ahead, take it away, Miss Kame.
I think I'll start at home first before I take it over the seas. Well, for me, in my household, I wouldn't be married for close to 10 years if I had to put myself out like that. Because my husband don't play like that, and I don't play like that. That's why I was there in the comments. I'm like, "Hi, my name is Kimberly Anderson, and I am a control freak." Because if having morals, right, and I'm gonna always go back to this, if having certain models for yourself is seen as, or you're seen as a control freak, then fine, go ahead and label me the control freak. Because in society, there's a lot of things right now that culture or society doesn't allow us to say openly anymore. There's certain things we can only say inside our households. We can't say it outside. We can't even say it to certain family members because they're going to feel touched in some kind of way. And so with me in my household, no. My husband didn't meet me that way. I had my phase before I had kids and before I decided I wanted to settle down. And that's when I always say I'm very open about it. I'm very honest about it. I'm not going to say I'm a saint, but I had my phase before I decided to have kids. The moment I said I'm having kids, I had to change because there's people that are looking at me and how to behave, how to speak, how to carry themselves, how to handle situations in the big bad world out there. So if I'm going to treat and behave in a certain way, they're going to go out and behave in a certain way. So I decided I'm not going to do that. So my kids never saw me doing all of that stuff. They never saw me dressing in a specific way. I never behaved and carried myself in that kind of manner. Not because my husband said, hey, woman, I need you to behave in a certain way or speak a certain way. No, he took me as I was because I already started cleaning up my act when he came in the picture. So when he met me, he said, that's wife material. That's someone I can see marrying. So after 3 months, we got married and now we're into 10 years. So I already got my act together. So now when we go back to this scenario, she knew probably how her partner would act. Because if someone's going to be out there making their viewpoint known publicly, that means behind closed doors, they are also very clear about what they want and what they don't want, or how they would like you to carry yourself publicly, privately, whatever the case is, right? So it shouldn't be a shock to her, but it's a shock to everybody else because they're used to seeing her behave in a certain way. They're used to seeing celebrities behaving in a certain way. They're used to having majority of the celebrities on a whole not having high models and having that kind of candid way of how to carry themselves, right? If a random dude had to just come over and smack her behind, a lot of people will probably get upset about it, right? But if Usher had to go ahead and do that, how many people would get mad about it? They would probably get excited. Those women would probably scream louder and be like, oh my God. And she would have probably also, whatever the case was. And it's funny seeing her behave like this because not long ago, when I look back at what happened with the Trey Songz story with her and Trey Songz and how she wasn't happy with how he was carrying himself and being very touchy-feely and all that kind of stuff, I was shocked to see this come out. And I'm like, what? Are you okay? You know, but it's scary for me. Again, it's just scary for me as a mom because I'm here setting morals. I'm setting standards for how I would want to be treated, how I'd want to be carried. And then we got to go and we got to see something like this. So I don't blame him. But at the same time, he knew what he was getting into bed with. He knew exactly who he was marrying or is going to marry. He knew exactly who he has a kid with. You can't turn around and be shocked when the person behaves like the way you took them. You took them from the street behaving that way. You can't bring them into the house and expect to put an apron on them and then have
Kimberly,
them barefoot and pregnant.
Miss Kimberly, can I ask you a question? So with that, all that been said, so why do you feel like everybody else is in an uproar more than they are, and they're not even married to these people? They're not having kids with these people. That because to me, that's my issue. Like it's like
that's really my issue as well, right? Because it's not even about Kiki. And I just want to set this up so you can take this away, Great Bill. Mm-hmm. It's not even about Kiki. It's about the situation. The 99.9% of the people commenting on it don't have a net worth of 7 to 8 million, which she's projected to have. So they're just commentating because they don't have anything.
Bro, let's take the money. You know what? Screw it. Let's take the money out of it. My relationship is my relationship. It has nothing to do with you. That's crazy. Even if the money was off the table, it has nothing to do with you. I'm never gonna question your experience in your life, right? But we seen, whether TV or out the street, we seen crackheads in love together. We seen prostitutes, escorts, madams, pimps, all of a sudden out of nowhere, Kiki Palmer and whatever goes on between her and her man goes on, and everybody flipping out. Really?
But see, this is the issue, Great Pill, and it's to the point. And then I'm gonna get Mr. Best in there. Thank you for joining us. And it goes to the point what Miss KMA is saying. She's trying to raise daughters and sons and respectable youth coming up in this society, right? And we're blurring the lines of what morality is. I think if Keke Palmer wants to be, I'm not saying I don't mean us like anyone on this panel. I'm saying it's people are doing it. Whether it's oligarchs, whether it's celebrities, wealthy people, and people are being socially conditioned and engineered to accept certain things where they will say, hey, I come from a conservative background. I'm a church girl, which I think Keke Palmer used to be a church girl. And it kind of blurs the lines for someone like KMA who doesn't want to raise her daughter like that. It's not saying that, hey, Keke, you're wrong for doing this. What I'm saying, when other people start interjecting, you know, all you got to do is read the comments, right? Like you said, it's not your business, but people are projecting this onto society and saying should be the standard. Men shouldn't. Men should just accept their women for doing that. Not everyone is Keke Palmer, right? And not everyone is going to be as accepting or as patient as her baby's father. So there does need to be some balance, and it just seems like if you have any disagreement, it goes straight to you're a misogynist and your body shaming. But what about the people like KMA and the other women that say, hey, I don't want to see cheeks out celebrated? That's just not my thing. Just as well as someone has a right to say, hey, I do want to see cheeks out celebrated, there's the contrarian view that I don't want to see it. So they're entitled to their right to protest and rebut and retort as well. So sometimes that get lost in the sauce because it gets drowned out by he's trying to control her. It's like if he's trying to, and the specific dynamics get dicey because she's the breadwinner. So
bro, I'm gonna put this. I get it. I'm gonna put this in a nutshell like this. Everybody want to be a freaking TikTok, YouTube, whatever other Twitch detective. Everybody want to dissect somebody else's life, and again, but it's not your life. It's just not your life. And I'm not gonna never knock nobody on freedom of speech. Go ahead and do you, right? But at the same time, understand you are putting so much of yourself invested in a stranger. You're weird. You're weird. We could be neighbors. Let's use that example. Me and Miss Kimberly is neighbors. She is married. I am not. I'm for the streets. I might bring in a girl every other 3 months or every other month, right? Guess what happened? She might look in front of like, oh man, maybe she might feel sorry for me. Maybe she might frown on it. I don't know. Because just on the grounds of she's married, she got the family dynamic and all that stuff. She might say, man, maybe Grey would just need a woman. Then it might be the other way around. Man, he just a slut. He always got no women all over the house. That might be a bad example for the family. That's your choice. That's your choice. But guess what? It's not your life. It's not your life. Now, as they beating each other or they hitting each other, is cocaine all thrown over the place? No. Nobody can't say and dictate rules about their future with his kid.
Hold on, Great Pill. Some are accusing him of being psychologically abusive. Right? I'm just saying what's saying out there because he's trying to kind of body shame her. This is what has been said. They said she looks darn good after just having a baby, and she has a right to.
Bro, that's literally the first thing I thought because I knew Keke coming up. I thought Keke was she was very active. I loved her personality, her character. She just always had a lot of energy. I knew her as a personality person, right? And as far as body, whatever goes, I never seen much of it because I just thought she was like the regular smuggler girl. This is me. I'm a guy, Kimberly, so I apologize. I just thought her as like the no butt, the chicken legs, but she's a great actor. That's how I thought.
Well, hold on, Great Pill. So there are some that are saying that she's kind of posing, kind of like a person that grew up in the burbs
and then now they get to a certain point and they want to kind of bang Crip, you know what I mean? What they're saying is traditionally she was the little wholesome girl next door, and now she wants to be that Cardi B kind of Sukiana type.
Bro, you trying to trigger me, but But at the same time,
saying
who again? It comes back down to ignorance again. We cannot say how her lifestyle was. You know what I'm saying? I might be like 84 all day, every day, dressed in a 3-piece suit, and that's all I see. But behind closed door, and this mofo get comfortable around his neighborhood and area. Even coming up, he probably the dude with the holy drawers, but at least he was clean. You know what I'm saying? Now, son, when I see him, he always had a suit. That's all I know of 84. But do I really know 84? No. So people got to stop these projections and putting themselves in other people's shoes as if they know people, especially celebrities. You don't know celebrities. You don't know them. Even a guy I had a quote unquote, I not debate, but I had a good discussion with him. He like, hey, me and Fresh and Fit and boys. You don't know them. You had dinner with them a couple of times. They're not your friends.
You can't count on them for nothing. But hold on, Bill. Let me get Mr. Best in there. He's been patiently waiting, and I'm gonna go.
My apologies, Mr. Best.
No, you good.
Hey. Best, did you see? Do you need to see the video, or are you pretty?
Oh no, I've seen this countless times, and I already have my perspective. Listen,
go ahead, rock
salute to EazilyRigged, salute to the channel, salute to the movement, to the family. Knowledge relationship is definitely in the building. You know what I mean? Salute the Great Pill. You know, definitely subscribe to the Great Pill podcast, show them some love, and definitely, you know, support our sister KMA. KMA, I'm getting that book tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'm buying my book. You know what I mean? Support the movement, support the book, support everybody. Salute also to Daryl Long, M3, I see you in the comments, and Irresistible Reese. Salute to you. All right, you can get me off the solo. Now, to talk about this point, listen, what I'm about to say is probably going to be controversial. I mean, it ain't the first time, won't be the last. Listen, man, look, when you are faced, all right, when somebody who's in the spotlight, somebody who's good looking, and I've heard men say this, and it's cap as well, okay? Now, I've heard men say, oh, if Janet Jackson wanted to give me a lap dance, I would say no. Bullshit, okay? Straight bullshit. Your punk ass getting on that stage, you getting that dance. It's Janet Jackson, okay?
Bruh.
Just, hold on.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Go ahead. Sing.
Just like with Usher, okay? All right, Usher is Usher, okay? He's a good-looking man. He has a lot of money, okay? Women want to be with him, okay? Probably all our women want to be with him, okay? He's Usher, all right? I seen a man damn near do a backflip, throw his leather jacket in the air, catch it, and put it on like it was nothing, and then hop in a coupe. This is Usher, okay? The heir apparent to Michael Jackson, all right? Okay? So what do you think is going to happen? She going to be with it. And that's it. You know, and this what gets me with people. Everybody always talks about morals and values. I'm sorry, KMA. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the bad guy today, but today's is going to happen. Everybody's talking about morals and values in the Senate third. And here's the thing. You may say, oh, I love you have a Honda Accord, right? You get your first car, the Honda Accord. I love my Honda Accord. I love it. But if somebody gives you that Benz, that Honda Accord getting the fuck up out of here with quickness. Okay? You know what I mean? Listen, we all have morals and values. There's morals and values, and then there's actually the real thing. Sometimes when you tempted with real stuff happening at your face, all right? And temptation is a mug. So when you're faced with something that's a little bit better than what you have, you know what I mean? Then, it's hard to say no. And it's Usher. Like, what are we talking about? It's Usher. Like, I ain't seen nothing wrong with it, to be honest with you. Like, that's just gonna happen when Usher come up. It's like if Janet come up, it's just gonna happen. That's what happens. That's the type of attention he get. Like, what are we talking about?
So basically, hold on. Are y'all saying that y'all in a relationship, anyone's woman is pretty much a sacrificial lamb to us?
No.
I'm saying I don't give a damn. I'm saying no. I'm tired of cat, man. I am tired of cat. It's like people saying, look, man, I won't do that for $1 million. You're bullshitting. You will.
No.
All right.
You see that?
Hold on. You see that million sitting on the table? Your ass gonna start doing whatever the fuck they tell you to do. Let's stop this bullshit, man.
Yeah. No, first of all, you're gonna play me
Best
out
in
with
his bag tonight.
First of all, the wording.
Yeah, he's playing on another level. You can't speak for all of us. I'm on the other side of the world, baby. I was raised different. My water stream is different.
Let's address the word of
no. Okay, man, you're not different. I love you, but no.
Sacrificial lamb.
No.
And let me ask.
Hey, hold on, great
men.
Bill.
Hold on, be easy. Let me just say this one last thing. Men ain't susceptible to this either. If Janet pull up, we're gone. Okay, men ain't no better. I'm being real. Okay, Drake, you can laugh, but Janet pull up on your ass, you out of here,
bro. All right.
Janet is on a certain like Hall of Fame top tier. Cat's a lower tier than that.
Have you been around?
Cat is gone, but I would say for KMA, like Mr. Best is calling Cat. KMA is a loving, loyal woman, but Mr. Best saying if Burna Boy pull up.
He is not even my type. Like, he can't even go there. He's not even my type. He wouldn't even be in the top tier of my type. I wouldn't. Nah, not even. No.
Yeah, I'm with Miss Kimberly on this one, but we're gonna go back to that part. We're not gonna run past sacrificial lambs. First of all, it depends on what you value the most out your relationship, right? So if you know, like for example, we'll go back to the example B-Eazy said. If my girl, because first of all, it's not like nobody never dated nobody, never went to a concert. Let's not act like we special on that one. Like we so clear of virginity in our mind. You go to a concert, you may get pulled up, you may not, or whatever, but you are jumping up and screaming, the girls doing whatever. So if my girl in the past, if they went to concerts, in my mind, not the time, I'm thinking what 84 is saying, right? That's a possibility that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's how that person carry themselves if they're doing the screaming like that example of the video. For me, that video, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I expect that may to happen because if my girl's a celebrity, because I'm gonna still keep it on that because people trying to make that as a normal, like if that was me type deal, which is not me. That is a celebrity. Yo,
Great Pill. The only woman that said no in that crowd was Kyle Kuzma's girlfriend, but it's the Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
He's an NBA player. He's an NBA player, and he's good looking and he's young. So that's the only way. If you don't have an NBA player that look like Kyle Kuzma, that's 6'9", I don't believe you. Okay,
I'm sorry. Yeah, but that's different though. But you just flipped it though. It's he got the status and all that stuff versus Kiki. He's the regular guy.
No, hold on, Great Pill. Like I'm gonna let you. Kyle Kuzma do not have more status than Usher. So
no, he don't.
No, we're saying We're saying if his girl, if that role, we send the role reversal. If he's who he is now, and this girl's a regular smuggler, and she go out. I feel like she will be a little bit more, let me act right versus the other way around.
What I'm saying, Great Pill, is that Kyle Kuzma is an NBA player. He's 6'9". He's a former Laker. He's a former champion. Okay, if you're not with a former Laker and a former champion, I don't believe you. Okay, I don't believe you. Let's be honest. Like I said, men are no better. Okay, if Janet or Tony Braxton pull up, I'm out of here. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm not.
Hey, and peep this. Usher was coming up to Kuzma girl, and then she decided to sit on his lap to, kind of mark her territory and, represent for her man. So,
I'm staying on Keke Palmer in that situation because I've seen some other places, these mofos bringing out crazy other names like this supposed to be an example what the actual situation is. So, again, if it's a football player, we can have that discussion on another segment of football players jumping on laps. But again, from that video, from what I'm seeing, 2 examples. If my girl's a celebrity and I come into a relationship, whether she's a prostitute, an escort, whatever the hell it is out the what everybody considered the norm, and I accept that relationship, it is what it is.
So hold
Point
on.
blank, period.
So are you saying like that you would just automatically?
No, I'm saying if I come into a relationship, like if I come into any form of relationship that's outside what society deems the norm, like example, Keke Palmer is outside the norm of what we are, right? Everybody here is accepted as normal. We the 9-to-5 guys, we the career guys, I went to college and made myself successful guys. I'm the real estate guys. I'm like Miss Kimberly. I'm the housewife family and all that stuff. That's the dynamic, right? That's considered society normal. But outside that box, up top, where everybody put them celebrities at now, they're Jesus, they're God. They can't do no wrong. So now everybody want to bastardize them and shame them and how they should be. Like, let's keep this Hollywood.
They operating on a different playing field, right? It's
Exactly.
like
all day, every day.
Really,
that's all they do. And then I'm sorry.
No, I just want to get a Big Rig in, and Stanley had some. He seemed like he had some smoke for.
I'm glad that Stan is up here. Yes,
because Great Pill Stan saying that you capping a little bit, but Big Rig. That's what we gonna get into, but
Great Pill capping a little bit. But
I'm capping for Rig.
Go ahead, Big Rig. Speak on.
Well, it just seems like you kind of taking up for a little bit. You know what I mean? And
he's definitely explaining, bro. He's definitely explaining.
You're being too much, putting too much speculation on shit when just looking at the video, it's already kind of telling you a side, but you kind of. Can we
play that video again? Because I was lied earlier. So I mean, can we play the video again for evidence?
Cuz ain't letting that go. So one more again, just for because Stan came by, and I definitely want to hear Stan call out Great Pill on his cap, and my girl Irresistible Reese is gonna come up too. So hold on, and Mr. Best, you. I gotta hold you. You said the heir apparent to Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time. Some would say Usher ain't even on Chris Brown level. So I'm just saying that is.
I'm not saying that he actually fulfilled the legacy. I ain't say that.
Okay.
But Usher did his thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I respect Usher too. So let's get into it.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Yes, Kiki. Yes.
Before anybody say anything, man. So, like I said earlier, all right, and I felt what you were saying, Great Pill, because like I said, how it was presented to me was a little different. But I'm gonna stick to my guns, bro. If that was my wife, regardless of what entertainment, whatever, however you want to pull it, she was giving that man action, just like 84 said. You could spin it however you want to spin it. If you look at that clip, she was giving, and if that was your wife, and you seen your wife really like blushing and all them reactions, which look pretty damn fucking real to me, she was submitting. You know how they like using that word submit? Hey, she was submitting the bro right there on stage. I'm gonna leave it alone. Go ahead, Stan, do your thing, man.
Not only did she submit to him.
First of all, congratulations, Stans. I didn't know you was carrying. Congratulations.
No problem. Not only did she submit to him, she sung and serenaded her ex with an Usher song, "Let It Burn."
What was this, after the concert?
Oh, that's her newest post.
Oh, she
sung an Usher song to her ex.
You do
Hey,
know
let's see what Gray Pill say. Go ahead, Gray.
You do know she was chastising y'all, the audience and the viewers, right? That's why she did that.
She sung "Let It Burn" by Usher. Now back to me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I go to, if you got a wife, you put in the blood bleeding seats way in the back. That's your fault. Huh? She's in the front. Your wife in the front. She gets whatever attention she's getting on the stage. I'll go to a concert. I'll come for a fantasy. Jan Jackson does touching and tying me up on stage like she normally did before, and singing one of her songs. I want to touch you, feed you. She pregnant, and I'm pregnant. We got a baby now. Tony Braxton tied me up and say, "You making me high." I'm like, "Woo!"
Yeah, but Stan, we're saying
no, you don't ruin my fantasy, brother. I go to a concert. I'm fulfilling my fantasy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
I'm agreeing with you. We're on the same page, but this is where I'm not. I don't think we have a disconnect.
No, this is me. If I'm married, the wife needs to know I'm here for my fantasy. I've been singing along with people.
So now you see why I said sacrificial lamb.
And I'm trying to take more. You ain't gonna talk to me, but I'm trying to take more.
Is it starting to make sense?
Yeah, but it's still got to be. It's still to me. It's still got to be.
No.
He said no.
Don't care. Nope. Don't care. Ex-girlfriend. She knew I had a thing for Tay Tay. Now look, Tay Tay. I know she got a flat back. I'm talking about Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie. Mm-hmm. That white woman come to me. It's gone.
I was a fan for Taylor Swift too.
That boy a bunny.
No,
Bunny Hopper.
Tay Tay. No, she got to get on name and call her Tay Tay.
No, I like Tay Tay.
Me and Tay Tay, she pregnant. I'm done. When I go on concert and you give me front seat, and also I got backstage passes, our relationship is on pause. We're on a break.
You wouldn't.
Wow, Stan. Wow.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Why you saying wow for? Hold on. Why you saying wow? Look. Ain't no wow. Janet Jackson, Tony Braxton is better than him. Okay, that's just what it is. All right, just like Usher is better. Just like Usher is better than most men. He's better than me. I'm all right with it. He's a better man than me. He is. He's a better man than me. It's all right.
Hold on, Mr. Best. I gotta ask Mr. Best a direct question, and then we've been joined by a lovely guest, Reese. Shout out to my girl, and then I'm gonna go back to Great Pill. But Mr. Best, because you are making some very bold proclamations, and you were speaking highly of Usher, and I love the man Usher. The dude is a legend. But what you are plainly stating is that Usher is a better man than Keke Palmer's father, the man who gave birth to her beautiful child. Is that what you're saying?
Is.
Yeah, he's better.
Okay.
He's better.
Okay.
I'm sorry, he's better.
Better or more famous?
Correct.
He's better.
He's better.
How? Could you explain that for me?
He's Usher.
And he's been married 3 times.
He made confessions. He made confessions. Like when Michael Jackson made Thriller, Usher made confessions. What are we talking about here?
This is my confessions.
What are we talking about?
Hold on. I gotta dig in on this. I gotta dig on this, Mr. Best. Could this be a little bit of nostalgia? You seen him growing up as a kid. He had the dope videos, dancing, the moves. Is that what this is?
No, it's just the truth. He's telling y'all the truth.
Yeah. I said the same thing about. Like I said, man ain't no better. I said the same thing when it comes to Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is better than most women. She is, if not better than all women. All right, it's just a fact.
Usher bagged Chili, and he cheated on her.
Misogynistic. Shame on you too. Shame on you too.
Usher's the man.
You still ain't let that go.
Right? No, he can't make fetch work because just because they are famous don't make them better people.
Speak on it, Reese.
He bagged Chili.
I mean, he bagged Chili, and she wasn't a bad woman to him, and he cheated on her. So does that make him a better man?
Yes, it does, because he was still willing to go back. She didn't want to forgive. She gonna be okay. But Reese,
now you capping, Stan. First it was Great Pill, now it's Stan capping.
Miss Reese also contracted a disease
because he's not wrapping it up.
Please, that man been married 4 times. Y'all not wrapping it up. Anyway, Tony Braxton comes up to me with her critical nails, all glass up, gloss up, and everything else, and she gonna touch my balls. I am divorced. I ain't playing with none of y'all. It's Tony Braxton.
For the
viewers,
out there, this is a perfect example right here of a clear classic. Shout out to you two talking points. I never thought I'd be using this one of no dick discipline, no control,
no
control,
my discipline for Tony Braxton,
no control,
Janet Jackson. That's my discipline.
Great Pill.
I think Great Pill bullshitting. You bullshitting right now, Great Pill. You are bullshitting.
I think Great Pill taking on 84 and Stan right now.
Nah, Great Pill. No what? Yeah.
Losing what? Because I have high morals and standards.
I have morals too.
They're not believable. That's why you're losing. Your standards and morals ain't believable.
Hey, hold on, 84. Hold up, 84. Stan, you took a whole nother level. You went from I was fine with 84 saying, hey, I'll go to the concert and I'll maybe do like a bump and grind and come back home to my wife, because that's an actual fantasy. You went from a fantasy to
bump and grind with who?
Hey, sir, you went to an actual fantasy to reality. You said if I am married, I'm gonna go to the concert, and if she dug me as that guy to smash, I am going to get her pregnant. Therefore, I'm not going to be married to her.
I'm going to be pregnant myself.
The guy.
I'm going to get myself pregnant. Like, you pregnant me.
Hey, I'm with him. That's why I would never go to one of them concerts.
Ladies,
I can't go to them concerts. Ladies. I don't go. See, I don't go. I don't go to them concerts because I'm a man.
You going to bump and grind on who? A stranger?
Listen, I'm a man. I'm not part of the LGBTQ plus A community. Shout out to them. I'm not part of that. I'm a man. And I'm straight, super straight, so I don't go to those concerts.
Janet Jackson sit down and put me on that stripper bed and tie me up. Bye. Get over it. That is my one thing in life. You don't ruin my fantasy. That been my fantasy since 1994 when she went on tour.
Me coming out my mouth and saying I am going to smash
Janet Jackson,
you.
if you watch this podcast, come and get at me. Come and save me from these people.
Great Pill is innocent.
I'm ready to be on that bed.
Yeah, I mean, you see his young looking
single Great Pill is down for that.
Hey Stan, I got a video. I got a video of that too. I got a video of that. I'm gonna send it to you real soon, brother. I got you.
Thank you.
Stan in 84 will be out there dirt bagging like a
motherfucker. Put your ears.
All right,
hold fingers in your ears. You don't need to hear this.
But hold on. Let me kind of censor. Let me censor the discussion back, and I'm gonna go to Kimberly and get the ladies back, because I like the points, but it's it's going off into a little fantasy land a little bit. So let
Stan making that shit a reality. That's what Stan.
Hey, 84. Hey, check it out, B. 84 told Kim, he said, "I'm gonna get your book tomorrow," and then started calling her out, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, he was on our melon. He was that boy.
You know I love her. That's my sister. You know I love her.
Yeah, no, I love. We all love each other on the panel. It's just intellectual banter. But what I want to say, because I know that the ladies seen the video, and we understand that people are celebrities, but celebrities do influence. Just the average people, the youth coming up. People look up to them, whether it's right or wrong. A lot of people do look at celebrities as the standard. So what I'm asking the ladies, do y'all believe that the way Kiki was acting, should that be like the standard practice, when women go out? Because I know women love
question, brother. Good question.
Women love to go out to concerts. So if it wasn't Usher, they would have been doing it to Trey Songz. If it wasn't Trey Songz, it would have been Tory Lanez before he got out. And vice versa, even Ron Isley. So what I'm saying is that the standard, and then for both people, because if that's going to be the standard for women, for her to turn around and show the cakes, then should I go to the concert and wear those gray sweats and make sure that my meat is looking, impeccable? So I'm gonna
Pause.
I'm just saying.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna let Reese go, and then Miss KMA.
So, okay. So I think that she was dressed appropriate for the setting. It's not like she was walking down the street with that on. Just. So I feel two ways about it. I feel like, it is a concert setting, so, and she's an adult, so she can dress how she would like to dress, what makes her feel comfortable. Then my opposite side says, well, how much of your body is it okay to be showing? I mean, we have come into this society where we are just very over sexualized. So I can understand, like, is that the right message for our kids? But at the same time, we need to be parenting our own children and saying, and showing them this is the standard. This is, you see all this drama behind this, dressing like this. This is what you want to avoid, and you can avoid it by doing this. It could have been as simple as them having a private conversation as opposed to a public one, so that, how they feel about how he feels about how she dressed is not such a public thing, but let's have a one-on-one discussion and come to a mutual understanding. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm kind of torn, and I can see it both ways. I can see it from the perspective of, shit, I just had a baby. Let me, put my 1-2 on. Let me look my best. Let me dress how I want to dress, because for the last 9 months, I've been big as a house. For the last 9 months, I've been having to care about, everything that I do, everything that I wear. And so right now, let me let loose. That video was not something that was actually for public consumption necessarily. You get what I'm saying? She might have been out doing her thing, and it wasn't like she was just out and showing this off. It was like, oh, I'm out to enjoy myself. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't a point of her wanting to be seen, but because she is who she is, and because she is beautiful, she's gonna be seen. So again, consider the setting. It's a concert. Women will get called on stage during concerts, and it wasn't, to me, what Usher was doing was not disrespectful. It was not, even when he got to look at the cheek, he was like, "Woo, that falsetto went up."
Some people are, like Charlemagne the Fraud. He's saying like Usher is the true villain out of all this. And let me dig into this a little bit deeper with you, Reese, because you said that her attire was appropriate. That's what you were saying, correct?
For the setting. For the setting. Yeah.
And based on the complaints that her man gave, I think even he thought that whether I have a different opinion or not, doesn't really matter. Her man thought that dress was appropriate, because when he leveled the complaint, it was more about how she was kind of fawning and kind of gawking at Usher versus her actual attire, because literally they lived together, so he saw her walk out the house. So if she was just at the concert wearing that dress with the cheeks out, he would have been okay. But the fact that those cheeks went viral and he was able to see her do like a little serenade and kind of sashay for Usher, that's what impacted the outfit. So it wasn't the outfit necessarily, it was
the behavior.
Correct. And I just want to let you finish your point, and I'll go to KMA after.
No, please go ahead, KMA. I kind of lost track of what I was thinking, so go ahead, KMA.
Oh no, you were definitely making some great points. So I love your insight, and then I'm gonna get the fellas in. I just gotta let the ladies cook, especially KMA. Because Mr. Best did take a little subtle shot about the morality. So, Miss KMA, you there?
Bruh. Kimberly.
It looks like her Wi-Fi is still struggle.
All right, let me say something real quick. Go ahead, Big Rig. KMA come back.
And KMA, whenever you're ready, the mic will be on you. Go ahead, rock out, Big Rig.
So, play stupid games, man. You win stupid prizes, bro. That's been my slogan, man. The last like 2 weeks, right? So like you said, man, and I'm gonna go back to what I said. Okay, if it was me in that position, I would have checked game at the house before we even left.
Sure.
Meaning I would have been like, hey, that outfit, I ain't really feeling it. You know what I mean? Like it's too much kind of going on. If that's how I felt. Now, if we leave and we go to the gathering and whatnot, and I'm cool with it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But then again, that gawking shit, and that's why I said she was acting fast. You was asking me, well, what you mean by that? Whoop-de-whoop. It's clear as fucking day. You know what I'm saying? We all looking at the video. I mean, I could, that whole wordplay and all that, it is what it is. The woman was out there. She did the little twirl, the pose, the whole little, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I'm a fan. And whoop-de. She was giving the man all the cues of, you got action.
Single.
You got action. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. So, like, however we spin it, you know what I'm saying? However it's spun, that's just what it shows in the video. You know what I'm saying? So for dude to go ahead and let his woman go out, you know what I'm saying, and be at the event and in the little see-through fit, you know what I'm saying? That's all on him. That was his game. So now you mad because she gawking at old boy? Well, then that goes back into play with what 84 was saying, bro. And I done said this shit plenty of times. I said this shit back in the day, and y'all got on my motherfucking helmet. Now, we wasn't speaking on no stars, but I was just talking about in general, bro. Like, we men and we women, bro, you can be in any kind of setting, and somebody can be attractive, and sometimes shit can fucking happen, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody is fucking, you know, just that motherfucking, oh, I'm just, you know, perfect and I ain't gonna, that's bullshit. Everybody can have some type of form of weakness. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm saying, like, I mean, it's even biblical. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I mean, that to hear how y'all speaking, I mean, that's just what it is, man. That's human nature, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the speculating and all that shit. It just, I mean, we can go down rabbit holes with this shit. But KMA, are you back? Because I mean, I'm, you know, I could keep going, but I'm gonna go ahead.
I have to agree with Big Red 100% with that. That's why I said this for me, Big Red. The whole conversation, bro, is just like, it's dumb to me because it always, like, my motto with all this, relationships is always based on individuals, right? Like I said, keep the money out of it, keep the celebrity status out of it. It's just us regular folks. You feel how you feel because you say, "Hey, I want my woman." This how I go with it. Not
opposite of what people are doing. Great Pill.
I know, and this is bro. I'm still on the same square of it's. To me, it's not a real conversation. It's just media people screaming and spewing dumb stuff. What makes influences on other people, to me, doesn't even make any sense. If Big Rig, again, I can't speak for Big Rig. I can't speak on Big Rig and his, what he just said is valid. So I can't shit on what he just said because that's his idea of who he come with. He's going to have that conversation. Miss Reese said the same thing. Like, okay, I'm going to carry myself a certain way. If my man feels a certain way before we walk out the door, it's a conversation before we walk out the door. Now, if they still with each other, they go out that door and they still with each other, that's between them two.
Right.
That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with at all. So now if hands and violence get involved, then yeah, now we can add on some context to it, but none of that didn't happen. What happened was that we all know, men said, oh, well, did you see the Instagram? Did you see this? Okay, cool. Again, it's media. People gonna play the TikTok police, the YouTube police, the Instagram police, and dictate every little nooks and crannies of everything. We all seen it happen before. I can clip 83 of me and him back and forth some stupid Mario game, and I can send it over the gamer side. We can roast him all effing day and dictate what skills he has and don't have. You know what I'm saying? That's
don't
what
speak
people
on them three in that video game, Great.
but it makes it makes valid sense of what the point I'm trying to say. People take little things and nuances of what it is when nobody don't know. Nobody don't. 84 could be sitting there playing me all day, like, yo, I'm just gonna play stupid for Great Pill, but he probably got skills like God. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People don't know. So when people see these little things outside of media, people want to put their own life and project into them, which is most obscene, weird, cringiest thing ever. It should not even be a conversation, but unfortunately it is a conversation for me personally. if it's for, and I'm at this point, I'm speaking on the content creator side, right? I get it. Let me get a thumbnail. Let me get the clicks and views. Let me have the dumb conversation. But guess what? It won't have. It won't drag out a 8, 10, 4, 12-hour conversation, because for me personally, it doesn't warrant a real conversation. It based on individuality of a person. Big Rick said it best. I can't knock it. It's pretty much what it is. Now, if we want to play stupid nuances and conversations, what 84 saying versus what Stanley saying, yeah, we can go at it all day. But guess what? In the day, Stan gonna do the hell Stan gonna want to do. 84 gonna do what 84 can want to do. Great Pill gonna feel how Great Pill gonna feel. That's it.
But look, you can't have this conversation with women. I'm gonna tell you why, right? and look, I'm being completely real. KMA, you can turn your camera on. Sister Reese, you can get mad at me if you want. You can't have this. You can't have this conversation with women. You know why? And this is from a woman who told me that. She said, "Let me tell you something. It's the best." She said, "Women are the most deceitful creatures in the world." Okay, and it's the truth. They are the most deceitful. Okay, women will have it. You know, you try to ask women a straight answer, you can't give it to you. Just like you ask women what she wants to eat, she ain't gonna tell you what she wants to eat. She gonna say, "I don't know." You know what I mean? No one should know damn well what you want to eat the whole time. And they do that. They all do that. It's just part of their nature. Just like they'll have you in a more extreme case, they'll be like, "Oh, that baby's yours. That baby's yours." And 18 years later, you find out the baby ain't yours. You know what I mean? But this is what they do. So they always hide their intentions. They always mask that. It's the truth. It's the damn truth. They always mask it. They'll never tell you fully what they think. I don't know why y'all keep thinking women gonna tell you fully what they think and feel when it comes to temptation of men. Because they never do, and they never will, and they never have. Okay, they never gonna tell you that. But us men are so dumb. We sit on these panels and we tell our whole goddamn story. You know what I mean? We tell everything that we feel and what we think, and women ain't saying that shit, and they be snickering and laughing. That's why they got that girl code. You know what I mean? I hate to put on the manosphere hat tonight, but I got to do it because it's the truth. Women don't tell you everything. They don't. And if you think you do, you're a damn fool.
Yo, 84, you kind of speaking some bars. You speaking some bars because it's actually a content creator woman. She said exactly similar to what she said, but she added. She said when it comes when we said the manosphere, because I think you was gonna agree with this one. 83, I think did too when we talked before. When people have the quote unquote the manosphere, the man spaces, number one, don't have women in there. Supposed to be just for men, right? She said exactly that, and she added. She said women will F it up. She's like, if you let a woman in there, they will F it up. She said whether their intentions is to or not to, they will F it up. She said that's the problem with men today when they open up spaces that's supposed to be for them and they bring a woman, if it's one or two, bring it in there, they will F it up.
Okay, we're gonna bring a woman in right now. Kim, come on, Kim. We're gonna bring a woman in right now. Kim, come on.
Is this a men's space, sir?
Marriage is an extreme sport. Being with a woman is an extreme sport. If you cannot handle extreme sports, then just go somewhere where you're not going to be with anyone, where you don't have access to internet or any seduction being thrown your way, because being with a female is an extreme sport. Facts. I'm not even going to lie. We are like that. I don't know if we just both like that or what the case is, but you just gotta choose your headache and learn how to take a Panado or take a Grandpa or take something strong enough to handle the headache. Like it is what it is. But you know what?
And my choice, and my pain choice, my pain relief is Janet Jackson, and I'll take that choice.
If that's your headache, then you gotta compete with that headache, hey? With the makeup, without the makeup, with the dance moves, without the dance moves, you gotta compete with it. I think the main issue around the whole thing is that people forget that the celebrity and the person are two different people. There's many personas. There's the celebrity that's there in the spotlight, flashing lights, and then there's the person that guy got to deal with at home. So the person he's dealing with at home and the person he saw on that screen, he was like, that's not the person I want to deal with. So again, that was his choice.
No, Kim coming in.
So he's got to lay in
Kim
it.
coming in.
Now, hold on, Stan, and hold on, Kim, because I need to let Kim finish his point. And I actually need to make a correction. When I was talking to Miss Reese, what I was saying was he didn't have an issue with the outfit, but actually he clearly did have an issue with the outfit, which if you look deeper, are they living together? If they are living together, did she go to a hotel and get dressed? Because if y'all live together, How did you not see her walk out the house? Did she kind of dodge you and do a shimmy? Because his first text was, "It's the outfit though." And then his second text was, because he got a lot of backlash, he said, "It's the outfit though, you a mom." His next text was, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." So those were his initial.
But is that his wife though, or is that just his girlfriend?
That's his girlfriend.
Does it matter?
So yes, it does actually, because if that's not his wife, then it makes a big difference to me.
I disagree.
Yeah, if we are boyfriend and girlfriend, we are not married.
Even though if I put a baby in you,
wait, hold on. Let me time in real quick, all right? I'll let you guys talk a bit.
Hey, this gonna get good right here.
So let me say, hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why.
Snap! He camming up. Go ahead, M3.
All right. So, she got out.
No, she's coming back. Go ahead, M3.
Right. Reese, where you at?
She's coming.
Go ahead, M3.
I didn't mean to scare her. Anyways, the only reason why I disagree, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're just a girlfriend or not. So if you're in a relationship, in order for you to be a wife, you gotta have wifey potential. Okay, you gotta qualify yourself to even become a wife. And the fact that you got a lot of dumb people in the chat, right? I'm not talking about her or whatever, but just people in general saying that, oh, she could do whatever she want to do because she's not the wife. You guys are not married.
Also, M3, they said this, since she was the breadwinner, she makes more than him, so he should be happy that he's with Keke Palmer.
Yeah, it's like the audacity to have like the balls, right, to really bulk up and have a text like that. But here's the thing, okay? So the only thing I said that he kind of messed up on was that he took it to social media. But however, probably the reason why he took it to social media is because he was already embarrassed, because it was already publicly shamed. But remember, if that was us publicly shaming our women, okay, we would get crucified. Everybody would stone us, brimstones and fire and all that other bad stuff towards us if we publicly shaming our women. You know what I mean? So my thing is that, like, okay, as far as with the dress part, because that was the first thing I guess like that he really got peed off from. I think he probably didn't even know that she was going to wear that dress. But sometimes women could be sneaky. They could wear something that's appropriate and before they leave the house, and then once they get girlfriends.
And those long coats too, where that's a good point. They wear those long coats. They call and under they call them like a freakum dress. They rip out like. I didn't know you had that. But speak on it, M3.
Yeah. Now, but here's the other thing too. Here's the caveat to it. Okay. Now I gotta kind of get on. Damn, I don't even know his name, but I gotta get on like Keke Palmer's like boyfriend, right, or baby daddy, because as he's quoting that, like, Darius, thank you. As he's quoting that, okay, he's all about standards and morals. If that was like in your type of lane, why you're with a woman like Keke, and you already know what type of woman she is? Okay, she's a celebrity that's making more. Which I won't even try to say money is the factor, but sometimes, hey, people operate differently. You're dating someone who already is going to have like an ego. You already know that maybe your morals is not going to really fully align with her to begin with. So sometimes people got to stop the cap talking about all this morale type of stuff or whatever, right? Because sometimes you're saying morale when it's convenient for you. I'm not like on her side nor on Darius' side. I'm just trying to put common sense and mesh it in together. Because right now, none of the stuff makes sense to us. It only makes sense like to people like, who's in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, KMA, did you have something else to chime in?
No, I'm just gonna be quiet in the corner and drink my milk. Like I don't want none of this smoke. I want.
Okay,
choosing to submit.
Early in the morning.
Choosing to submit.
No, don't tap out yet because
don't even go there.
I still got some different elements of this control freak, and I'm gonna take it a different direction. But Mr. Best, could you give us like a little final a little final remark on this this segment? And,
most definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, 84, before you go though, because you've been on fire. I just gotta say this, man. I really mean this shit. I really appreciate all y'all, man. It's a late show. Y'all showed up and showed out, man. The stream is fucking fire, man. Everything that everybody's been saying, the shit has been really dope. I'm getting a whole kind of different perspectives on this shit. But I just really appreciate it. 84, you on go, man. Go ahead, man.
Thank you. Definitely Stan, definitely go after, bro. I'm gonna say this, man. Look, the fact that he was a boyfriend, it does matter. Okay, if you want special treatment, you want to be treated like a wife or like a husband, then you gotta put that ring on it. Put that ring on it, and it's a wrap. All right, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's a wrap. All right, you can shake it if you want him 3, but it is what it is. Now, y'all gotta stop bullshitting out here. Okay, everything matters. Money matters. Rings matter. Everything matters. If you don't think it matters, then take those things away.
Child on this one time, but go ahead.
Then hold on. Let me say this. Then take those things away. Then take those things away. I got distracted by my lady. I'm sorry. Then take those things away and see what happens. You take them rings away. All right. You take that money away. You take anything away. Everything matters. I keep telling you. If you put something in the environment, it changes the environment. Okay. If you don't have that status as a husband, you cannot expect her to treat you like a husband. You're not no husband, homie. You're a boyfriend, which means it can change at any time.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? If you wanted that status, salute the 6 boss. You know what I mean? If you wanted that status in the Twitch game, you want that status, you should put a ring on it, bro. You ain't put a ring on it, and you expected her to treat you a certain way, and she didn't. And now you sitting here with your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Salute to Kiki Palmer. She did whatever.
Hold up. But how you know it was his fault though? Maybe she didn't want him to put a ring on her finger.
Exactly.
Well, look. If a girl rejects a ring, then you shouldn't be with her in the first place. Bottom line, if she's telling you no to marriage, then that's a red flag right there. I done put a baby in you, and you still don't want to get married? Get the fuck out of here. Now listen, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We already know what it is. Salute to Kiki. You know what I mean? I definitely want I'm a mother shirt, but I want it in black. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, and salute. They wanna call us dirt bags or whatever. Us, Kiki, and Stan, we the dirt bags. All right, we here. All right, we out here. Holla. Go ahead, Stan.
Bruh.
I only got 3 points. It's gonna be very quick. Point
I'll be
number
dirt
1.
bagging too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Point number 1. Everybody's talking about the family, morals, and the kids. I'm gonna say this. F them kids. My fantasy, my choice. I'm here. And I'm getting a lap dance. F y'all. I'm here for it. Number 2, let's stop playing these games. Let's about Summer Jam and how the women were dressed to these concerts and these 5-inch heels and booty boots. Let's stop playing the games. Stop it. We knew that's how women dress when they go to concerts. Titties all out. Everything. Wearing the little biker pants, the whole chaps. Have you ever gone to a black concert before? It's good to go. Everybody's looking like a stripper. They want to get that attention and get on the stage or meet somebody. That's the game. You go to a concert to go ahead and fulfill your fantasy. Kiki was in the mood. She thought she was the music video with Usher. That's it. If that was Shantae Moore singing to me, and you know Shantae Moore love her some chocolate. I'm sorry, you my wife. I need you to sit down and let me have my moment with Shantae Moore. Leave me alone. Toni Braxton singing to me. Oh my God. Go away. You're going to be all right. I will see you in the morning I don't know, it might be tomorrow morning, but I'll see you in the morning sometime. You're going to be okay. And number 3, sadly, guys, that picture of Kiki, can't put that picture with Kiki and Darius that you put before? The one them in beige? Can you? Whoo! All right. When we look at this of the son husband, this is where we at, man. We are SMS. We're only good for sex, money, and seed. Or seed.
Wait, hold on. Ain't that a Cameron album? I think he got that one. I'm sorry.
But this one, look at him.
Nah, that one is SDE.
Yeah,
Sex, drugs,
S&M, bro.
I was close.
You know, Latino brother up here trying to get off the streets, use his sex to get to the access to money, and she used him for the seed. That's all you are. That's it. And look at that stance. It's like, yeah, this is my dude, and she's over him. She's the protector. She's the provider. That it is what it is. He's gonna.
Damn,
where you gonna go?
You totally disrespecting this man. Hold on, let me hit you with a different one.
Yeah, he damn sure did.
Is this one better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, here, you take baby while I make this money.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Bro. This is bad. This is bad.
You take this baby while I make this money. I'll see you in the morning. May not be tomorrow morning, but I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, so Stan, you calling him a stay-at-home dad?
What's wrong with that?
No, he's not stay-at-home dad.
Ultimate babysitter?
He's the man need.
Yeah, you know what? Because they're not married.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not married.
He's the man.
Hey, but let me say something real quick on that, because what 84 said, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel him, but I kind of lean more towards what M3 said, and the reason when it comes to the marriage thing and how we should be acting, right? And the reason why I say that, because I'm a firm believer that you're gonna show me you know what I'm saying? So if you show me that and we boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that's you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's like me, right? That's like me going somewhere, whatever, and I do like what Stan says, right? We go to a concert or something, and it's the woman that I always adored or whatever, and she's singing to me or whatever, giving me action. She's gonna look and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I could see that, you know, bruh can lightweight be, you know, persuaded. That's him when it comes to a situation like that. Hey, I'll see you in the morning. It may not be tomorrow morning, but I'll see you in the morning. But that he telling you that. So her doing what she did, that's her. So like, I don't really want to put the whole thing with being married or whatnot, because if we respect each other, we ain't gonna do no donkey ass shit like that.
Facts.
And that's and I could probably be putting too much on it, but I
Rich,
kind of
you totally are, brother.
But I simplify shit. You see what I'm saying? I simplify it, because like if I gotta give like some type of instruction or put some type of wager on something, it's like, you know, it's almost like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What would you do if that wasn't the case? You feel me? It's like being sick or something. Is that person gonna be there when you sick, or are they just there because, you know what I'm saying, you kind of was wealthy and was able to take care of them and whatnot, but now you may be sick and they can still, you know, move on? Are they gonna be there for you? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm more of just, you know, to see a person, how they act, they real true feelings, man. Like if you gonna be a donkey in a concert like that and act like that's just you know what I'm saying? You like living your life kind of like you single, even though you're with somebody. Not that we're married, but you are with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
Riggs, You're wrong, Riggs, and so is M3. And and let me tell you this too. I'm so mad at M3 right now. I'm ashamed of M3 right now.
Big Riggs. That was deep.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm so ashamed of M3 right now. M3, you know better. You know better, M3. You know that women change once they get married. You know that for a fact, and I do too. They change when they get married. KMA know it, Queen know it, they all know it, everybody know it. And men change when they get married too. We change when the marriage happens. We all know this. Let's not cap. We know, okay?
I'm not saying
we change our clothes every day.
They change.
Yeah,
they change, okay?
They change when it's summertime and when it's raining outside.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. They
Hold
change.
on, y'all. Let Mr. Best finish his point.
Listen, if you don't listen, women know if you don't have the ring on that finger, okay, they're gonna act differently. They know this. They know this, and they may not tell you that completely. They may act all nice and friendly. But let me tell you something. Once you put that ring on, it's a different person. I'm telling you, you don't have to believe it if you don't want to. Okay, M3, you know, and I know. Look, when that ring get put on the finger, things change.
84.
Okay?
Don't forget the baby.
Wait.
When the babies come,
Hello.
that's another change.
I'm here.
You know, you hear Queen salutes
Okay,
to you.
2 seconds.
Yeah. But whoa,
Go ahead, Queen.
Hold on, Queen. Let Mr. Best did mention M3, so I just want to give M3 a chance to retort, and then Queen, you got.
Come on, M3.
No,
Come
man,
on, man.
no. I want to go after M3 though.
Hold on. Wait your turn, guys. All right.
Yeah, because he did address you.
All right. Look. Here's the thing. Okay. All that stuff does not matter. It's about respect. If you want that ring, you gotta earn that shit.
Bullshit.
I'm not gonna give you no finger, so I'm not gonna put the ring in your finger if you're already acting like a thought. I will not be with you any longer. Okay, if you have that type of personality.
I agree.
Okay, but this goes for both people, right? You look, if you want to have a marriage, right? Both the guy Darius and Keke Palmer, right? They both have to. I'm not gonna say act like you're married, right? But you gotta do certain things, okay?
Hold on, you just contradicted yourself. You don't even see it. You just did it. Yes, you did. You did.
I didn't because you was not listening to what I was saying from the beginning.
I just heard you contradict yourself. I did listen to what you said. Go ahead.
Because if you was listening, you would have heard the part that I said that even him, okay, you can't just be like on social media.
Nope, that's how you contradict yourself. But go ahead.
Oh, you didn't because you wasn't listening, right? And I'm surprised.
Right. Get them wax out your ears, Get them wax out your ears.
But anyway,
I got him.
But anyways, Darius, right? You can't talk about morale if you're not really practicing on those morals or if it's convenient. And I did say that earlier. So you go rewind the tape whenever you have the time, Mr. Best, right? But you gotta listen, right? The point is, both parties, right, gotta step the game up. I'm not gonna put no ring on a woman's finger if she's not even proving signs that she's wifey material, that she can be capable of being a wife. Looking at things that, I gotta put the ring on your finger first, and all the
and now you gonna be Miss Goody Two Shoes.
No, but you just said that you don't expect her to act like a wife. Part of her acting like a wife is being submissive to you in a certain manner, correct?
No.
Part of her being a wife is being submissive to you in a certain manner, right? Because the Bible commands the woman to be submissive to you as a wife, correct?
So
why she an atheist?
To him though, if she's not being submissive to him before the marriage, then she's not capable of being a wife,
bruh.
No, the Bible tells you that you're submissive as a wife. It don't tell you to do that beforehand. So if you think that a woman's going, that a woman don't act the same. I don't even know if we having this conversation. You know that women don't act the same before they marry, after they marry. You know this in three. Like I don't know why we even having this conversation.
Yeah, but 84. Hold on. I got one question, 84, because you keep saying that though, right? So what about the women like M3 said, right? What about the women that's already like, hey, I'm wifey material from the jump? There's women that says I'm a wife. Yeah. They know their wife, so they're gonna act accordingly until that right man come around.
Listen. Let me tell you what's that like saying? That's like saying, oh, I'm already an NBA player. You only played in college. You don't know shit about being an NBA player. You don't know nothing about it until you actually,
bro. That's
you don't know.
Oranges,
hold on, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about something until you actually in it. When you actually in something, then you know your capability. Oh, I've always been training all my life. I'm ready for war. Okay, now go to war and see how different it is. Then you can train for war, but now you in war. So that's the difference.
Okay, you do know people. You do know people have been in
big difference.
Yeah, but you do know when they talk about them low body counts, you do know there's women like in their teens that have long relationships and act accordingly in lengthy relationship, right? That kind of builds up to what M3 is saying.
Wait, great pill.
Now you're moving the goalpost. Now you're saying something different completely.
No, it's the same thing with 80.
No, you're not saying the same thing. Now you're saying they're in a long relationship and now you're trying to move the goalpost.
I know you're not talking B-Eazy with the little trigger shit you've been doing early when I got on here.
Oh, call him out.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well then, look, Mr. Best. Then let me ask you this one question, okay? So if you get into a relationship with a woman that's not your wife, okay, and she's showing capabilities, right, of maybe going out to girls' trips, or even worse, going out to strip clubs, you know, seeing guys like Drake and dancing and shaking her tots and her booty like in front of them, but you didn't put that ring on her finger. So that means that when you stick with that woman to the very bitter end and expect for her to change, so basically become from a hoe into a housewife, once you put that ring on her finger, are you excusing and, you know, like, is that's the type of woman that you will stick with?
That brother that's not the type of point.
That's not the type of woman. That's the point. Hold on. That's not the type of woman I'm choosing. But exactly. she probably hold on. She probably will change once that ring gets on her finger. You don't understand? Being a wife has status.
Wait, so
that means something. That means something.
Wait. So
that's why women go all out, losing weight and do all this other shit to try to be wives. That means something. Women will do whatever. Women will then sell their soul to be a wife and change everything that they want to do in order to be a wife. And you seen it with women that you know in 3. You see women that then went from boyfriend to boyfriend. Now they get a husband and now they want to be mommy dearest and have all these kids and everything else. You seen it yourself. Stop bullshit.
Now that's contradiction in your story. What you just said, there's contradictions there. A lot of contradictions there.
A ton of it. So you wouldn't really choose a woman, right, to be wifey material because she's not doing wifely duties, because you're saying that that's not the type of woman that you will rather be with anyways. So then that actually disqualifies her of even having a chance to becoming a wife. And if you do put the ring on that,
a wife because of me, that's my standards. That's not everybody else's standard. That's based on my standard.
That's the point that we're making, because we're seeing these women that are acting wifey material. What makes you think that by us putting a ring on her finger, what increased the probability of her changing from her thoughtless ways and becoming like a holy Christian wifey type of woman? You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. Because
just like that picture right there, women will do anything to be wives. You see that right there? That one would do anything to be a wife. She was willing to do anything to become a wife, and she want to do whatever it takes. Okay, and that's just what it is.
And then what happens when she becomes a wife, and what happens when she
emphasize what is anything? I just need a breakdown of what is anything before we go further. What is anything?
This fool using buzzwords, Kim. That's all he been using, buzzwords.
I don't know, man. I think M3's getting the points on this one, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well, look, my work here is done, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and watch like the chat.
Hey, you've been the victor so far, so go ahead and leave.
He's capping like he always capping. It's all good. He never told the truth.
I want to hear Queen. Let's hear Queen.
Well, I was trying to move on to the different segment of this control one, so I'm gonna have Queen start that one off. Now I'm gonna go to Queen, but I didn't want this one to kind of drag out.
You want to die it down.
Yeah, because I know if we keep going, we can easily get another hour out of that one. We might revisit it at another one, but I did want to get these other ones because when we talk about aspects of control, you know, there's a lot of nuanced ways that we can look at it, and I'm gonna present it this way because hold on, I got a visual, but let me just make sure that I got that loaded up. Here it goes. So it's 1 minute and 30, and whether this is mainly, I want the people to tap into. If you are a parent, then, of course, speak from that experience, but otherwise speak from your kind of parental purview. So let's get into the video.
Come on.
I can't.
Come on.
I
Come
can't.
on. Come on.
I can't
Yes,
do
you
it.
can. Yes,
No, I
you
can't.
can.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
What do you want me to do?
Don't worry about that. I want you to do it till I tell you to stop.
What?
Go, start. Let's go. Pick it up. That's it. That's it. Good job.
What we're witnessing here is a father who might be pushing his son too hard. Not every child is meant to have an athletic prowess. Maybe what he should be doing is listening to how his child feels, right? Wrong! Anyone thinking that he's going too hard on his son probably shouldn't have children. He doesn't have him in a field in a scorching sun. He's in a climate-controlled room on a fan bike. He didn't even break a sweat. He's teaching his son sacrifice, hard work, and most importantly, discipline. You get your son into organized sports, and most coaches push harder than this. He's taking his time to do it as a father. When he's thrown out into the real world as a man, no one's going to care about how he feels. They won't care about how ill-prepared you are. All they care about is results. Not all of us want to raise a generation of quitters. Not all of us want to raise weak, emasculated men. Please allow Dwight Howard and the rest of us to be fathers. Stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.
And before I get into it, his mother had a response, and her response looks a little something like this. So she says, not someone pretending to be a parent for one day out of 365 days for the camera. Don't make Thursdays turn into Truth Thursday. So this is her calling Dwight Howard out, saying, yeah, he's fronting, flexing, and faking for the gram. He's not a real father. All he's doing is pretending to be one. So tying it into the topic, are you a control freak? Some is thinking that, hey, Dwight Howard is being a controlling, dictatorial kind of parent by he should have just let his son quit because you see his son crying. But then also she's trying to control the aspect and control the narrative, right? When we think of control freak, we think about controlling a person. But people are also trying to control resources, control narratives, control agendas, control propaganda, control rumors and information. So I definitely want to get KMA and Big Rig to speak, but I'm going to go ahead and start with Queen, and then I'm going to go to Big Rig. So Queen, if you can just chime in on the video that you've seen. Dwight Howard is getting a lot of backlash because some people think that he's being kind of controlling and abusive to his child. So if you can just kind of opine on what your beliefs are based on what you've seen.
You want me to respond to what I seen and also what she wrote, or just what I saw?
Yeah, everything collectively, what you saw and what she wrote.
I think that allegedly, if he is unhappy with her parenting style, according to her, he should be more present. Pushing a child to ride a bike for 30, 20 minutes, whatever else, is not making him into a man. My dad has never had to do that, and my brothers are men. I'm just saying, so I think there's other ways to do it, and I think it's unfortunate that everything is a gram moment instead of an intimate moment with your child, and you're doing nothing but humiliating that child, and now it's going to be forever on the dark web.
Do you
I think
think?
you're a duck. You're a duck. I want to say something else, but I'm gonna just call you a quack for putting that on Instagram, for doing that to your child and yelling
So,
at them for
and
that.
Queen, that's why some people were saying that he is kind of a bit of a abusive control freak. That's kind of how it ties in. And I also wanted you to expound a little bit more. I could see how it can be extremely embarrassing for the young child, but based on what the other gentleman was saying with his commentary, do you believe that it could
No,
potentially bring like some sort of like mental fortitude for the child if he
no.
looks back when
Abuse,
he's older? When he's
ab-
older.
abuse never brings forth anything but more abuse. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Traumatized children traumatize or traumatized adults that traumatize adults. So you don't have to be a brute beast to raise a man. I'm just saying. I don't agree. I don't, you know.
Yeah, because the guy
So
alluded to the point that if you don't, like, I do agree with you. There are various ways that you can raise up a respectable, honorable man. But the gentleman in the video was kind of alluding to the point that society is uh, environmentally and with propaganda trying to emasculate the men. And what he's kind of alluding to and insinuating is that the way Dwight Howard was handling his son is going to cultivate like maybe like a generation of men that are not quitters and tough, you know. So are you
but
saying that you kind of disagree with
yeah,
that
but
approach that you
is
seen entirely?
has anyone yelling at you, screaming at you, embarrassing you? What has that equal greatness in you? Hell
let me
no.
let me ask you this real quick, Queen. Because
That's
some people, because you know, I'm sure, Queen, that you got a lot of military people in your family, or at least military
yes, I
minded people.
do.
Some military people say, hey, they were humiliated, they were embarrassed. And I'm not saying that this is for everyone, and I'm not advocating for it either way. I'm just like presenting this to you. They say that they were humiliated worse than what that little child was, and they were able to endure it. So we shouldn't be promoting, you know, softness amongst boys, you know,
But
and some of them have say, hey, we went on to do great things to defend and fight for this country. And they
and
say that they
easily
wouldn't be
rigged,
able to do it if they had.
and that's why they come home with PTSD and all
Bruh,
kind of other shit. So let's
bruh.
not go there.
Nah, that is facts.
Remember what they come home with.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
facts.
But they're also not 10, 9, 11 year olds. They're 18,
Correct.
19, 21, 22. I'm just saying, there's a way to communicate and breed strong leaders. You don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you don't have to curse, you don't have to beat. It's just. And then also you got to also look at who's putting this message out and what kind of life that maybe they had. Because a
Correct.
lot of
And
times, because a lot of times we don't break the vicious cycle, and we just regurgitate the pain that was endured
yeah,
on us and think that it's okay. I
yeah, and
watch
that
my nieces raise her kids. I watch my nephew, my niece and her husband raise their kids. Very different than how they were raised. And their kids are straight A students, great students, on the roll, do what they need to do. And there's no need. There's no need to scream, yell, whatever. I watch my nephew raise his son and his daughter very differently than the way he was raised. And he only has to speak to his children once. And he's young. He's under 30. So it's a different. You don't have to do that to raise strong people or to raise, young people that are going to do amazing things. You don't have to do that. You have to break a will of a man to make him into a man. That's
and
that's 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 a slavery mentality.
And Queen,
Yeah.
let me just let KMA, because she has to
Go ahead.
leave, and I just want to let her get her final closing remarks. And KMA, I know you seen the video. I'm actually going to play just like one quick second, and then you can just give your closing remarks based on this, because I know that you do have children.
I can't.
Come on.
I
Come
can't.
on. Come on.
I can't
Yes,
do
you
it.
can.
No, I
Yes,
can't. I
you
can't.
can.
Go ahead, KMA.
There's a lot of things wrong here, but you know what? The social media has become a problem. Our culture is just run by social media. What we see on a camera, what we put out there, we think we tend to believe it. We're so gullible. We become a very gullible people because we see clips out there like, oh my word, they're raising their kids, and it's so good to see fathers and mothers there for their children. But we don't really know necessarily what's happening behind that camera. We don't know the real life situation that the children are going through, if the person is really there, if they're not there. You know, we don't know the truth. we think we know, but we don't know. You know, so maybe with the mom putting that comment out there, maybe it is actually true. Maybe it is facts that he just comes around once in a while to take some content and show people, hey, this is what I do with my kid, you know, type of a thing. And if so, yep, that, you know, if that's the case, shame on him, because he's messing up with the kid. You can mess your own life up. You can go and mess up and do many things and be the next Kiki and do whatever nonsense you want to do for yourself. Don't play with kids like that. You don't play with kids like that. You don't teach them a toxic, deluded form of masculinity. You don't do that. That is not what it's supposed to be. You know, unfortunately, I had to grow up in a single parent household, and I was also taught to be tough. My mom didn't force me on a treadmill or whatever the case was, but if a kid smacked me because I was wimpy, I was very soft. You know, but when I got into a lot of fights, because I was the easy target and I'd always get beat up, and it was always a thing of, oh, okay, you know, this is Kim, and I'd go home crying, and my mom was like, toughen up, be strong. And that was traumatizing, because when I grew up, it was toughen up, be strong, and I never cried. You know, even during childbirth, I did not cry. I clenched my teeth, shut my mouth, and did what I was supposed to do, because there was that form of even female, what it's like to be a woman, or what it's like to be a female. That is not the way we need to force our kids, or that mentality we need to force upon our kids. The kid is not even oversized for them to even put him through all of that. They're taking a jog with your kid and making it fun. That is what it's supposed to be like. Not that. That's abuse. That's torture. You know, even with Queen, when she mentioned, you know, slavery and the mindset behind that, that's true. 100%. How do you get how back in hundreds of years ago did they force people to do what they wanted them to do? Because of this. What's your name? They smacked you a good couple of times until you took the name Joe. You know, your name was probably Tabang or Mazibugo. And then they turned and smacked you until you said, no, my name is John. Yes, my name is John, boss. My name is John. You know, so shame on him for forcing his child to go through this, as well as putting it on social media and making people think that he is a good father. Social media is not where you need to prove that you're a good parent. I give him 10 years and that kid will come back and teach him or tell him what kind of a parent he was. Because if you're going to raise your kids, if you're going to be there for your kids, not say raise, if you're going to be present in your children's lives, and by the time they reach teenagehood, they will make sure to make known if you were there or you weren't there. They will either make it very public, or they will make it very public in front of family gatherings when you try and correct them and be like, oh no, put your phone away. Huh? Who are you to tell me what to do? You weren't there. So they will make it known by the time they reach their preteens or their teens to make it known whether you were there or not. So I feel sorry for him in the next few years, because we'll see. And I'm going to just close out with that, family.
Well said.
Yeah, KMA, you was definitely spitting, and you had some struggle streaming at first, but the rest of the stream, your connection was sounding crispy. So wherever you are, you had a clear sound, and thank you for coming up. And I know that you got a lot of stuff on your plate, But you know, I will be in contact with you. Blessed to the family and much love to you always. I'm gonna go to Big Rig, Grape Hill, and Stanley because I gotta get Big Rig to chime in because he got a son. And as soon as I seen this video, like Big Rig was one of the first people that I thought of. So I'm gonna just run a little bit of it, and then Big Rig come in.
No, you don't gotta run it. Don't run it. You don't gotta run it.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, shout out to Queen. What you said was fire. For you not having any kids and how you put that out there like that, everything you said was fire. Kim, fire. So I kind of got two ways I can go with this, right? So going on just the video, I think that he was out of line. And the reason why I think that he was out of line is because of the actual setting and situation. You know, he's pushing the kid to do something obviously that the kid isn't really into. So he's kind of pushing his dream, which I'm fucking very against when it comes to fathers and their kids that are boys, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it a lot. But he's basically pushing his dream, you know, on you know, the kid, you know what I'm saying? So trying to get him on this whole athletic hype or whatever, when the kid's not on that type of page. So if the kid was when the father Dwight is around the kid, and if the kid kind of shows signs like, you know, he want to be an athlete, he want to be, you know, like on point like that, and that video was taking place and the kid was kind of crying or whatnot, well, I can see it as, you know, the dad trying to get him past his pushing point. And why do I say that? Well, my son just tried out for football, and when I asked him about his first practice that he had, you know, to get on, he said it was kind of hard. You know, they had him doing a lot of drills, a lot of running, and, you know, all the kids are the same age. And he said there was kids where they was doing, you know, you lay on your back, you got to lift your legs up. He said this was murder. You got to hold your legs up for a certain amount of time and, you know, open them or something, put them back down. He said there was a kid crying, you know what I'm saying? But the kid was crying to the point because it was hurting, but he wasn't crying as if, man, I don't want to do this. It just was breaking him. And the coach seen it, but he was taking him past his breaking point. And I think everybody kind of goes through that when you're an athlete. You do have breaking points, and that's why you have coaches that do get on you. But it depends on if that's what you're into. With what we seen, the kid obviously was not into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like of an abuse type thing to me if you're making your kid go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not trying to push them more to another level. You're trying to have them, like he said, you do it because I'm telling you to do it.
But maybe he was trying to push him to another level just because he was working out.
But
we don't know if he was working out for a
Did
sport.
You just hear what I just said with the words? The dad, Dwight, said, you're doing this because I'm telling you to do this. The kid told him, I don't want to do this, man. I'm not trying to do this. So
No, I understand that. I was just saying that because some people were saying that he was pushing them for a sport, and
but does the kid want to be in the sports?
No, I was saying I don't think that it's clear that he was doing it for a sport. Sometimes people make you do push-ups or workout to build, like I said, a certain level of discipline. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I was saying like because like your son, he wanted to play sports. This video didn't clearly indicate that Dwight Howard was having him do this for sports related. It seems like it could potentially be that he thought this was a way to toughen him up some way, and he's using physical fitness as a form of like corporal punishment where he doesn't
if we're gonna go that route, then that was definitely abusive, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need, like, I gotta go back to what Queen said. You don't need to have that type of discipline to try to make somebody stronger or whatnot. Like I run my household like I'm very kind of gentle, but I'm very stern
You
and
told me you
firm.
got a hands-off policy, right?
I
So
got
Big
a
Rig,
hands-off policy, bro.
Big Rig, you
So
said that this let me ask you this real quick. You said that situation was abusive. Do you believe it was physically abusive or psychologically abusive?
I think it was both. Because the physical was what the little dude was doing, man. He didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do it. Not just to be rebellious, but he didn't want to do it. And I gotta go back to what Queen said again, or it could have been Kim. If you want to go to the gym with your son, and you guys, you do your workout, and your son may just want to start messing around and have some fun. He may get into it. He may not. But what we seen there was more of this guy on him like an angry coach, all up in his talking, like, hey man, whoopty whoop, toughen up, this and this. Nah, man, that ain't the way. That kid, and I gotta agree with Kim, that kid one day is gonna let him know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't the one that you think that you are, Pop, and that comes up like that, bro. And that's why, like, when I'm with my son, man, like, I think of things like that, like on my parenting and shit like that, bro. Like, I don't try to damage him in any type of way. I try to let him be his own person, but I'm not going to let him get into a fucking wreck. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to guide him the best way I can guide him, but I'm not going to be like on him to the point where he wants to rebel and be, you know what I'm saying? I want him to be his own person because they're going to be that anyways, bro. So say you're on your kid as they're younger and you think you whoopty whoop and this and telling them this and that. Well, when they get older, they still gonna be their own person, bro. And now they're gonna have a grudge against you because you didn't even want to know them.
Facts.
And Big Rig, I wanted to give you the full reverence on this before I move on to Great Pill, Stan, and Mr. Best, because I know you speaking from a specific experience. And another thing to kind of touch on, she didn't say it explicitly, but her point was alluding to it. What Queen was saying. A lot of people do kind of hold on to certain norms and they adopt it as a norm just because that's what they grew up with. So if somebody grew up eating, not everything that's traditional is meant to continue on being repeated. So for instance, some people had a traditional Sunday dinners where they was eating hog mogs and all sorts of artery clogging food. That's tradition. Right. But you don't need to like carry on that tradition. So some people had a tradition of getting, grandma take a switch, whatever the nearest object, and you get beat with that. That was tradition, like corporal punishment. So some people carry that on. Well, I got whooped and look how I turned out. I used to get beat. I used to have to do this and look how I turned out.
I got hit with switches.
And then, but some people will look at their life and say, look, I'm doing pretty well for myself. So how much did that stuff really damage me? And then they start projecting it on their kids and say, hey, well, I could spank my kid because I got spanked and look how I turned out. And I'm spanking them out of love. Now, you are programming them too, though, where it's like, hey, you do something wrong, the punishment is you get smacked. So when you go, so when you go through life and somebody do something wrong to me,
you're gonna put hands on them.
And then you like, well, why are you fighting at the school? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
So go ahead,
now
pick
you
it
got
up.
them going into juvenile hall and all kind of shit.
And then you trying to say it's the culture. Yeah, the culture that you cultivated in your household. So you can pick it up from there. Big Rig, was you done with your final statement on that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, go ahead, Great Pill.
Nah, he's him and Queen and Miss Kimberly is 100% right. You got, when you're parenting, you're it's crazy because you're a parent 24/7. People think that is part-time when they say that. You're a parent 24/7. If your kid got a thought, a question, a comment, a concern, you are parenting at that moment. But you got other parents that do the ignore game. Well, he'll get over it. Oh, if I put a phone in their face. Oh, if I fix some food and feed him. Oh, if I give him ice cream. Oh, if I do this. It's like those little pauses moment. But those pause moment is something that you need to be a parent. Listen to your kid every step of the way. You chose that route. Like where Big Rick said, 100%. That's how you're supposed to parent. 100%. You are dad 24/7. You are mom 24/7. When you do dumb stuff like that and it carries over, let's just say we won't even use the school. Let's just say that carries over to the same thing that you just said, Big B-Eazy. Now you are a functioning male adult. Now you carry that over to a woman that you like, care, or love. You don't know why you're doing that. You don't know why you're doing that. That's why people need to think. But we got these other spaces out there in terms of be logical. You can't be logical when you don't even know what's going on in between your head or your heart half the time. Real people actually think like, yo, why did I do what I do? You gotta have those kind of thoughts in themselves sometimes.
Hey, well, Gray Pill, they do think, when they do think, when they locked up.
Yeah.
Then they got all the time to think like, what?
All the time in the world.
And
you your own self-therapist then.
You wrong for that, B. You wrong.
No, he 100%. But guess what? What happened when they come out? They read all types of books. They seen so many different personalities. You are forced to sit there and look at yourself, or you find the same mirror image of you, another physical being looking at you in your face, and guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna do to you what you did to somebody else. You may not catch the hint then, that the light bulb will hit, but when you do, guess what? You still stuck there for year after year after year. That's pretty much how it can come down to. So if you decide to be a parent, because we're sticking on that, the whole parent thing, yes, I feel like the dude traumatized, doing something, especially the facts that came out with the mother was saying like, hey, now you want to be a father one day after year? Come on now. If that never came up, it'd have been, again, back to speculation. Maybe this, maybe that. But for the video I seen, yeah, you doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Definitely you should be keeping that. And I hats off to Queen that, because I literally had a conversation before. People like to overshare too much. You don't have to share things that's not need to be shared. If you're a good father, like you claim you're a good father, oh well, do that. Trust me. It shows in your child.
Gray Pill, you don't think he was trying to motivate the fathers around the world?
Well, you know what? Let me answer that question with the question. Big Rig. I'm answering your question. Big Rig, did you feel motivated by watching that video, sir? You are a father?
Absolutely not.
There you go. No. My answer is no.
Come on. I can't. Come on.
You wrong.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
I was looking at the setting, though. If you look at the setting and everything, bro. Yeah, he wrong.
I'm about to.
Hey, Stanley, you there, bro?
Yes, sir.
Come on. I can't. Come on.
Speak on it.
Well, I'm the opposite end, because that's how coaching was for me as a kid.
We see you want to make babies with random people.
My father taught me was, I'm teaching you how to be amongst other men. I'm not here to be your friend. Because when you out, I have to train you. And I got trained by coaches, Boy Scout leaders, my father, stepfather, uncles. They weren't like this.
I was gonna say, did any of them use any of these methods where they saying, "Here, you gonna do this because I want," or kind of have that drill sergeant approach?
Swimming coach, first day he threw me in 10 feet of water,
bruh.
But it taught me perseverance. Like he was gonna catch, like I'm not gonna let you drown. I got you, and I just went in and swam. We have this rule that we don't criticize mothers on mothering, but we're good at criticizing fathers on being fathers. And this is the same woman who was on the Basketball Wives trying to coach the same son to be active, and she didn't want him to lag and playing video games, but nobody criticized her then, right? Also, she almost went to jail last year for something that was going on in the household.
See, I know all that now.
So she's always been this bitter baby mama. No matter what this man does, is never good enough. He has other children. So when you're a father and you got other kids, he only knows what he knows. And for him, coaching that's what he knows. Because here's something: as a man, we have to be competitive. We're not in the same world as women.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks a lot, Stan. Mr. Best, you there?
Yes, sir.
Come on. I can't. Come on. I can't. Come on.
I can't with this guy, bro.
Take us away, Mr. Best.
Look, man.
Mr. Best.
Look, at this point, me being Mr. Best in the world, it's no longer a want, it's a necessity. But that's a whole nother situation. But listen, at the end of the day, oh man, it's so hard to critique because Mal, one, the mom did speak out against what was going on. So, that's a problem. Him and the mom ain't on the same page as far as being co-parents. But then also, I think also, maybe he's teaching his son to be competitive. Maybe his son does want to be competitive. We kind of don't know. But I think the fact of the matter is that it doesn't make him look, it doesn't put him in an alluring light. And I think when you're in the spotlight and you are a celebrity, you want to do things that put you in a good light. You know what I mean? You want things that put you in a light where people can definitely, look at you a certain way and kind of, have a sort of, good representation about yourself because you are now a public figure. And maybe he don't care about that. Maybe he's like, I play basketball and the people like me, they don't. Because some people don't really care about that. Some people don't want to be a role model or whatever. So if he doesn't want to be a role model, then cool. But you still want to make sure your image looks a certain way, even if you're not a role model or not. But I think also, to Stan's point, I get what Stan is saying. In retrospect, that men and women are viewed differently in society, and as far as maybe their expectations, and that's more of a traditional type of view of things, which I'm not saying I disagree with it, but I understand it. But I think for me, I think children should be treated as children. You know what I mean? Whether it's a male or female, they should be treated as a child. So, you know what I mean? And then from there, you can kind of, if you treat them with love and respect, and you're treating them with morals and guidelines, and you giving them good boundaries, and you're giving them, good guidance, then as Queen said, they'll turn out great. You know what I mean? Because you're instilling the right type of character in them. Character counts for everything. Please don't steal at people on YouTube, but you probably will, so whatever. The character counts for everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe he was trying to do a good thing, but it doesn't make him look good as far as how he's viewed by other people, and maybe he don't care about that. Either way, I just wish he kind of would do that in private instead of making it public, because it makes him look like he's being abusive, especially with the mom now going at him and make him look even worse now. If she ain't say nothing, then he would have been good. But her saying something makes him look bad. On top of that, you know what I mean? I ain't forget about the last argument either. Don't ever think I'll forget about anything, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, and I'm gonna land my plane here. You know what I mean? Women do change when they get married. Jesus. And my final evidence for that, Exhibit A, is Cardi B. I am Mr. Best in the world, and I am undefeated. Go ahead.
Well, Mr. Best, that would be a cool segue too, because it's getting late. So I'm gonna just go ahead and segue right to the next one, because we speaking about control, and there is a lot of hoopla about a man by the name of Jonah Hill. So Jonah Hill seems to have got with a new chick, and now his ex is trying to expose him. Now, y'all may not be able to see this, and I don't know, I don't think I could really make it that much bigger. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I can't really make it that much bigger, but I'll just read to y'all what it's saying. So he sent this out to his ex-girlfriend, and a lot of people are saying he's a control freak, he's an insecure misogynist, he's a weak little man, for him to do this. And he says to his ex girlfriend, who was a professional surfer, he says these are what he calls his boundaries. So I'm going to read through them, and then I want y'all to kind of opine and let me know, is he within his rights with his boundaries? Is he being a control freak, etc., etc.? So he says, plain and simple, he said, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships. So this is the stuff that he's apparently against. So hold on, let me pull it up this way. Okay, so he says surfing with men. So he doesn't want her surfing with any men. She's a professional surfer. He says boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. So he says he doesn't want her having any friendships with men. Don't want her he says boundaryless, so he put a qualifier. So basically you can be friends with the dude if they're going to advance your career, right? So if it's an oligarch, wealthy, yeah, you can be friends with them, and you got to have boundaries, which means you have to establish boundaries by saying, hey, I'm taking, etc., etc. So he says he doesn't want her to model. He doesn't want her to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, even though she's a surfer, so she's always in a bathing suit. But anyways, he says he doesn't want her to post sexual pictures. Friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. So he says he doesn't want her kicking it with floozies and thoughts. And if you do kick it with them, all y'all could do is go to Starbucks and pizza, and that's it. And he says, I am not the right partner for you if these things bring you to a place of happiness. I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for my romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the way these actions have hurt our trust. Now, there are a couple other texts, but that's probably like the meatiest one. So I want to go straight to Queen on that one, and then I'm gonna go to Great Pill. Do you believe there was anything wrong or inappropriate by him laying out these boundaries with his ex-girlfriend?
Oh, one, he was trying to pimp her out.
Do you think anything that he said was unreasonable?
Yes, he was like, you can be friends with people who are going to advance your career. So that, to me, that sounds like he's trying to pimp her out, put her on the whole stroll. Anyway,
he didn't say that explicitly, but
whatever.
I do agree with you. It was implied.
You can be with friends who's going to benefit you. Okay, cool. Well, she gonna be on the corner. She gonna have on a red dress with green pumps. Go pick her up. Anyway, no, he's a clown, and yeah. So yes, he's a control freak. Because it was more to it. And
you were saying something about the bathing suit. What were you saying about that?
This is her career. That's like saying don't sing too close to a mic. That's what you do, right?
What do you think about this, Queen? Because he actually was the breadwinner, so he's laying out these boundaries, saying he doesn't mind paying all the bills, but he's saying this is my line in the sand. You don't need to do all this stuff.
That's called financial abuse. It's called control. It doesn't matter if he's paying all the bills. She still had a career, and he knew that when he met her. Because
that part,
he was looking at her. He was looking at her in the bathing suit to get with her.
That part.
So don't be a clown now.
Actually, he slid in her DM. He slid in her DM off of
all in her DM. So he doesn't want her to be around men like him, and that's why she's in therapy now. And that's why
actually they were going to therapy together at one point.
No, but this is why this came out. This is why she put this out, because currently still in therapy because of the relationships. Look, y'all people, please pick your partners wisely, men and women. Damn, you are 26 years old. You got your whole life ahead of you. Do not pick these narcissistic dotty dots and give yourself to this person just because of they got thousands of views on Instagram or they got money. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be left bitter, whole, and broken. I mean holes in your bucket. And this is what's the result of it. So anyway, and keep the creeps out your DM. Those dudes that slide in your DM, slide them right into the delete box.
Bruh.
Men and women both. Because when they slide in the DM in the dark, they don't want to be in the light. They like roaches.
Now they have some accusations. Now I don't know how legitimate it is. This stuff is alleged, but there is a show called Zoe 101, and there is a star on that show, or I don't know if the show is still running, but her name is Alexa Nicholas, and she says that Jonah Hill assaulted her when she was 16. She's saying that he kind of like forcibly kissed her or something like that. So I don't know how legitimate that is, but it is published on Huffington Post. So this is, not any libel. I'm saying this is on a major outlet. I don't know if this is just like some defamation because people are trying to pile on, or he could be a legitimate creep. I'm not like advocating for one way or the other. I don't really know. But I just want to interject that point. And
sounds like they trying to cancel him, bro. I didn't even hear about none of this.
Always a Me Too movement. Always a Me Too movement.
Yeah, and this is my thing. She said this happened when she's 16. Let me see how old this chick is, because she's well past 16. So I was like, why did you wait until now? And like I said, I'm not saying whether it did or didn't happen, but why do some people always wait until it's a controversy? He's broke. Even the ex that's exposing them with the tweets and texts and stuff, they're not even together anymore. And now someone wants to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, he did this." If he's that much of a creep and a minor attracted person, a map. If he's one of them, why are you just now saying something now? Just quite odd to me.
Abused people don't speak up. We all know this. I'm not saying it's right for them.
I agree to that one.
And try to drag him, but what I'm saying is that we don't know the whole circumstances. Sometimes they can't say nothing until they get away from him. Then they are free.
Yeah, but how long she was away? Because
look at the abuse. Abuse.
Yeah, she's down there in her 30s now.
Who?
Let me check her actual age while y'all talk. Hold on.
Yeah, that chick like in her 50. Well, I'm guessing, but she looks like she's in her 50. But at the same time, I agree to a certain point because Queen. But when it comes to, because I'm questioning that too. Like I get that part. Like, hey, when I'm away, then I'm in safe zone to tell my truth. But at the same time, wasn't there a part where something happened, she responded, and then at the same time, didn't she have like a baby by somebody? Somebody was saying something. I'm just guessing at this point from whatever rumor I heard about her.
Hey, Greg, what time is it where you at?
It's 4:04. I'm about to hit the bed soon.
I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna be the last little segment. We'll probably wrap it up in like the next half hour. But just so we're clear, she said this happened when she was 16, and right now she's currently 31, and she's just now saying something just now. So she alleges that he shoved his tongue down her throat without consent.
How long they been together?
No, I don't think they're together. Her name is Alexa Nicholas. She was on a show called Zoe 101, and I think she said she worked on him on that show, and I think when he did the movie Superbad.
Oh.
So basically, hold on.
Zoe 101 was Disney, right?
Correct. So actually, let me
So
say.
they in contract. They can't say nothing.
Yeah, so this is what she says. It says in a series of tweets, Zoe 101 star Alexa Nicholas claimed that Hill pushed her up against a door and kissed her without consent. This reportedly took place at a party hosted by Justin Long when she was 16 years old and Jonah Hill was 24. And she says we were all pretty wasted, which of course she wasn't supposed to be drinking at 16, but we were all pretty wasted. Of course, the predators were feeding us minors a bunch of alcohol, and they did want to drink the alcohol too, but I do agree with the framing that says they were predators. So it says Nicholas wrote in a Twitter thread after asking Hill for a cigarette that night, which she's drinking, ain't supposed to be doing that, smoking cigarettes, ain't supposed to be doing that. And she said, it says Nicholas was allegedly told that if she wanted one, she'd have to accompany him to his car because he didn't want to be all alone. As he walked back to the door, I asked him for it. He said nothing, but he slammed me to the door and shoved his tongue down my throat. I was so appalled, I pushed him off and ran inside. So those are
you didn't want to be, you know what? Again, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna knock it because there've been a lot of crazy stories with the whole Disney kids and what traumatic stuff that happened with them, especially with the
Britney Spears.
The one that was played with iCarly, because that was very horrific.
What was that? Was it Demi Lovato? And there was Selena Gomez.
Yeah, very. There's a lot going on there, so I can't knock anything happening there, but
But once again, she's 16 and he's 24.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So
On that
in itself, he should not be on a show.
And where's the parents at? Because every time I hear stuff like that, I'm like, yo, where the parents at?
Well, a lot of them.
A lot of parents, correct, because they know it will advance their career. Like, hey, if my kid is going to be Macaulay Culkin, it's worth it. Some take that position.
But you know what? You know what's crazy is that I always think of Tia and Tamara. They were Disney. You ain't never heard nothing like this.
I think their parents kept close eyes on them.
Even Zendaya. You don't never hear nothing about this. Why? Her parents went with her.
Yeah.
These parents signed their kids over to the guardianship. These 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds got their own apartments. Y'all are tripping. Y'all need to do better, parents. We need to put y'all in parental jail.
Yes, ma'am.
After y'all should not even be able to reproduce.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Because I was a big fan of Home Alone when they screwed that kid up. Macaulay Culkin, they screwed that kid up.
Was a straight legend. I love what was that, Page Master? He was in The Good Son. He had some fire.
That Good Son movie was the one.
Bro.
They jacked that kid up.
That real good.
He really did. He got a little too good. And what was the other dude name from the Lord of the Rings that was in that movie? Elijah.
Which one?
Elijah Burke. I think Elijah something.
The main cast member?
Yeah,
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. There you go. Yeah, he's a good actor too. But
what they do to him?
No, he was in that movie. He was in the movie Good Son.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm about to say. I hope they ain't screw him up. Yeah, he was. He was the other son.
No, he didn't get screwed up, but one of those Disney dudes got screwed up. He used to be, what was it, the show? I think it was Kevin and Kyle or something like that. One of the dudes, he was missing for like a week, and then he just admitted that he says he's addicted to alcohol. So he goes on these bingers, and even remember that Aaron Carter kid? I think he had some self-deletion stuff. All of these kids were like kid stars, and they had millions. And look at the Olsen twins. I'm gonna be real. I was watching Full House, and then they had this movie called The Grandmother's House We Go. That movie was fire.
Yo, B-Eazy, yo, stop, B-Eazy, stop.
He taking it down memory lane, yo.
Hey, I'm saying the Olsen twins was
Even
fire.
Lindsay Lohan.
Nah, they was fire.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yep.
Them little Friday night movies you used to have back in the days.
Exactly.
Them was fire. I ain't even gonna lie.
Don't
Hey,
sleep
also
on the Parent Trap.
the Parent Trap was fire too. Also, I gotta give a shout out to my man. Man, he self-deleted himself, but he was so talented, man. The brother that played famous Jet Jackson, the black brother. He had mental health issues and nobody was taking him seriously.
Oh man, the famous Jet Jackson, bro. That was one of my favorite shows, bro.
Yeah, he self-deleted himself, man, because nobody would take his mental health serious, man.
Bruh, man, thank you for mentioning that, because bruh, I was actually kind of devastated from that, because that was a handsome looking dude, very successful, very charismatic. You feel me? He was physically fit, very talented, at the pinnacle of his career, and then he just did that because, and trust me, I had a friend that did that this year, jumped off a 36-foot building, bro.
Wow.
So it's like it's crazy, and you don't even think. You was like, man, I was just talking to him, and then next thing you know, it's so, man.
Yeah, MP put in the chat, and condolences to you and your loved ones. B-Eazy, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was his name, man. Lee Thompson. That was the brother's name. Yep.
Salute to that brother. R.I.P. to him.
That's why it's so important to have good people around you.
Yes.
That are willing to tell you beyond the fluff of what everyone else tells you because you got money. That they tell you got to keep the real ones close.
Yep.
Got to keep them close. And families, y'all need to do better, man. Y'all better be glad I ain't no judge that go around looking for people to lock up, because I lock up all these parents. Y'all be in parental jail making license plates.
I'm with you, because that's every time I see stuff happen with these kids and they go out and do deletions or self deletions, and the recent one that we heard about, the kid that was bringing up Pearly Things and Nick Fuentes as the advocate for why he did what he did, and he got popped, and the school shootings. Like every time something goes off, I'm like, yo, where the parents at?
Yeah, wait till you see what happens to these kids that were involved at those school shootings. They don't talk about it much, but one kid literally had to pull a body over him and lay dead as the shooter was walking by. So these kids are really gonna be messed up if someone don't pay attention to them. You gotta pay attention to the kids.
Oh.
Get off Instagram taking pictures and selfies of your damn self.
Yep.
And Great Pill, I know that you said you had to go soon, so I want to have you just touch on a little bit. Do you think any of these boundaries that Jonah Hill laid out, were they inappropriate? As a lot of people were saying, this is from a misogynistic, patriarchal, very insecure, weak man. And others are saying, no, he was very honest and upfront with his boundaries. Take it or leave it. These are my terms and conditions. You don't have to sign on a dotted line. So kind of where do you fit in with there? And let me just read off a couple of them. And are there any of them that you agree with? So no boundary, basically no boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, no surfing with men, no modeling, no posting pictures in bathing suits, no hanging out with thotty friends unless you going to lunch or coffee or something like that. I mean, do you find any of those problematic, or are those all reasonable requests and boundaries?
I mean, it's might be problematic for the next person or myself, but again, it's back on the individual. If that's what you like, I mean, just like I think somebody said they don't like a woman with weave and braids in the hair. Okay, cool. Then guess what? You just eliminated. You eliminated a large majority of women that doesn't put weave or extensions in the hair because they want women with natural hair. Cool, great. If you don't want the stuff that he's saying, I personally, I think a little bit kind of extra, because if that's what this person does for a living, but you're asking them not to do that for a living, then that person have a right to choose to say, okay, cool. I see your list. I read it. It's a no for me. That's it. But now if that person decides to stay in that, knowing full well of the list, then it's a you problem. So, I mean, it's yeah, man, this stuff is like no brainers. It is the first segment, second segment, last segment.
No, it is pretty simplified, but I do agree people do overcomplicate.
I know, and it's my thoughts. It's, you know, you're asking, and this is my thoughts. I just think people put too much emphasis on a lot of things. I think people drag out stuff the way it is. You know, I don't know. I'm yeah, I guess this is gonna be a year of me just pretty much self-promoting my whole platform all together, because I'm like, I don't do this on my end. I know daggone well y'all guys don't do it here, because it's a space everybody get the very least full transparency of conversations. Everybody get their thoughts out and some kind of discord back and forth, and like, hey, take it how you want to take it, and that's it. It just sucks that people in media today takes too much of things seriously, and then at the same time it's very even sadder and sick and scary when you have very large influencers say the most randomest and dumbest things, and the sheep and the peons will just take it as is without even thinking once, not even twice. So yeah, I don't take that. Yeah.
So because I agree with you. What the issue is, like, if we have the discussion and then you do the very balanced, hey, it is what it is. This their situation. You give a little bit of nuance, you know, opine a little bit, and then now we move on, or you know, we break it down in a different aspect. But it shouldn't be like a whole season of the Keke Palmer, right? It shouldn't be a whole season of something, and you shouldn't be internalizing these issues, right? You speak on it, maybe you learn from something, you take in different perspectives, but from what I was seeing, you know, on the commentary, like the points you're alluding to, some people are really getting super pissed, right? And this is the problem with black men, and this is a problem with Keke. So it's like, so now now Darius is the proxy for all black men, and Keke, and I'm supposed to say that every black woman would have done what Keke Palmer did on that stage with Usher. Maybe they would have, maybe they wouldn't have. But see, when we get into the point where we're doing just these sweeping generalizations, like, where do we go from there? We generalize in women all the time, which begets men generalizing. I mean, you know, vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men are generalizing women, and then women are generalizing men, and then people are pointing the finger saying, don't generalize us. But why are you comparing yourself to celebrities? That's the issue. Now we can break down certain levels of standard, moral, decorum that's not celebrity based. We can use the celebrity as a foundation of a discussion, but ultimately none of us have a net worth of $8 million like Keke Palmer. So we're just speaking, giving our objective perspective on this situation, and then, you know, hypothetically we can tie it into something that we've actually lived through, or that, you know, we can speculate how we would act. Once you have a conversation like that, then it's like you don't gotta get into the point, because I seen podcasts that was really arguing with each other because they didn't agree, and she has a right to have her booty out. I'm like, why are you fighting for the honor of Keke Palmer? You know, it's like, it was weird. And then people were standing up for Darius. I was like, you don't know this dude. Like you were saying earlier, Great Bill, like, how could you truly stand up? Like, bro, you don't know me personally. Don't stand up for me. And then you'll see Jay-Z like, we got to stand up for Jay-Z. We got to stand up for this person. It's like, it's wild, bro. But I'm going to go to Big Rig, and then after that, we're going to do a round robin and shut her down. Big Rig, you still there?
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see in your eyes.
That boy Big Rig over there sleeping. So Big Rig going once.
Nah, I ain't sleep.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Chime in on did do you think that he was inappropriate, like with what he was saying? Like he don't want his chick surfing with other men, even though she's a professional surfer. He don't want her posting pictures in bathing suits, even though when he slid in her DM, it was from a picture of her in a bathing suit. He doesn't want her posting sexual explicit pictures. He doesn't want her with friends with women who are unstable. Basically, that means single women going on girls trips. He said if you kick it with them, y'all only better go to lunch or coffee, something respectful, which is very vague. What he wants them to go to the library or something. So, is he appropriate with these stuff, or is some of this stuff like a little over the top? And like, would you have any of these list of demands for your partner?
That reminds me, I gotta ask E how was her girl's trip, but carry on, sir. Carry on.
Oh my gosh! If you don't stop it,
and then I'll be checking in with you with the tea. Greg Pill, what happened, cuz?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Greg.
I think it was a little over the top, man. I think he's throwing it out there what he wants, right? That's what they be trying to say too, like be honest. So that's, I guess, his truth, and that's what he wants his woman to do and his rules. But from the outside looking in, it looks a little controlling, bro. You got a lot of demands and everything. You feel me? And just to me, when it comes to that type of stuff, which I don't really like talking the relationship thing, but
facts.
Nobody wants to be parented. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all adults. If you gotta like parent your mate or whatever like that, then y'all don't really need to be together. Y'all should be able to just pretty much be on point, have good times together, man, and hopefully sync. You know what I'm saying? But if you gotta put all these demands out there, and if you think this person may be a certain way or whatever, that ain't the person for you, man.
Facts. Facts. I'm telling you, man, they make this stuff too complicated, yo. They make it too complicated. Why do you care? That's the whole. That should be the whole segment of. Matter of fact, that should be the title. Why do you care? Why?
Well, I don't think it's so much that people care, because I think it's kind of like what we're doing, right? People just kind of talk about it, whatever, or they put their 2 cents in. They just made.
And a lot of people see how it relates to their life, like
right.
So for instance, some people may not necessarily care about Keke Palmer, but what they're trying to do is live vicariously through Keke Palmer and say that, hey, I don't need to be Keke Palmer, but if I was on that stage, I would have done the same thing. And some people are saying, hey, I don't need to be Jonah Hill, but a lot of people have received text messages kind of like what I've read out. The only difference is either someone did or didn't screenshot it and it went viral. But the text that we read it all, I don't think no one is surprised by what he's saying. You might find it inappropriate or disagree with it, but no one is shocked by the demands that he's making. So it's not so much an issue like, hey, we care about this. It's kind of just to springboard other discussions. And I know you know this, Great Pill. I'm just giving clarity. So that's typically what people use, kind of like with the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation, right? Do people really care about that? No, but they tried to shoehorn other stuff and said he was protecting black women. Then, oh, he was a cuck. Oh, Jada did this. And it sparks all sorts of different dynamics that people don't only care about the celebrity. They care how it relates to their life, because they're putting themselves in those shoes and saying, this is how I would act. And many women, from what I heard and seen, said that they would have did the same thing that Keke Palmer did. Just like many men said they would have did the same thing that Darius did. And a bunch of cats was like, bruh, you shouldn't have went online. So there's a mixed reviews, and most people are trying to see how it correlates with their way of thinking. But I do agree, people make it overcomplicated when it is a.
I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I just know how I am in, real life. Like if it's here, it's a conversation. I don't mind engaging, but conversations like that is for two people. Either people that's want to again inject themselves as if that's them and give scenarios, two, or you just want them potheads to be laying in bed in the couches like, yo, what if this? That's like all that is. Like Lily, for me, if somebody run past me and bring this up, I probably say who, because I really don't even I'm bad with names half the time, with especially with celebrities. If you say, hey, the kid from Home Alone, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him. That's as far as it goes with me. That's literally how far as it goes. But if you bring up some stuff like, yeah, he dated some girl and you get, I'm going to sleep on you. I'm going to sleep on you. So I try not to put too much stock in stuff like that. Even, I try not to put too much stock into it. It's weird for me. I just wish people just try to slowly work on their own life on certain things. I get it. If we're not perfect, try to find something to be about to some degree. They're going to be my only message for this one. Find some healthy balances for yourself. Stop living through other people vicariously through other people's lives. Please don't do that. Please.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna start going around. Queen, did you have any closing remarks that you want to touch on? Anything that you heard on the stream, anything that pertains to being a control freak? Is being a control freak good? Are there times where you need to be a control freak? However you want to take it away. Take us home, Queen.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
No, she actually sleep. I know she sleep. So let me say this though. I think that there's nothing wrong with him pointing out those boundaries. Either you're with the boundaries or you're not. And if you don't want to be with his boundaries, then you're not the person for him. It's really that simple. You know what I mean? It ain't hard. So either she gonna agree to it or she not. That's just what it is.
Cool. Thanks, Mr. Bass. And could you just give us a closing remark about however you want to take the direction with control? Because some people don't find being a control freak as a bad thing, and in certain elements, I think it's a balance, right? It might be appropriate, and sometimes it might be inappropriate, or some people think it's inappropriate all the time. So could you just give just a little summary of what it means to you about being a control freak? Is it more detrimental? Is it harmful? Do you need to have an even balance with it? And you can just tie that into the segments we had and give a closing remark, Mr. Best.
Definitely. Before I even do that, I want to give a shout out to Misunderstood. I see you in the comments, Misunderstood. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Misunderstood. She's a dope content creator. Salute to my sister, salute to the family. Shout out to Misunderstood. I'm gonna say this at the end of the day. Good morning to you as well, Misunderstood. I'm gonna say that at the end of the day. When you're welcome as well, family. When you got to pick what you want to deal with in relationships, man. Choose wisely. I always say it again. Choose wisely. Choose the things that you believe, or believe the person that you believe will work for you, and then go from there. That's all you can do. And that's where I land.
Cool. Thanks a lot, brother. Big Rig, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. All right, Great Pill, go ahead and give us take us home, brother.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night, and grow the hell up.
Very simplified. That's how I like it. Big Rig, take us home, big dog.
Hey man, great stream. I appreciate everybody coming out, man. It was it was the late show, but y'all show up, man. I just,
Yeah, Cash showed up and showed out tonight.
I be real happy when I be seeing that shit, man, because we never know who gonna pull up, man. It could just be me and B rocking out, but you guys end up pulling up, man. So that's dope. I appreciate it, man. This was a dope topic. Everything just went pretty fucking damn good, man. There was a lot of gems being thrown out there. This replay should be pretty ill, man. I hope you guys leave a comment, man. Let us know what y'all think. And hey, man, another edition of Easily Rigged. You feel me?
Yes, sir. So yeah, salute to Misunderstood. But yeah, I mean, this has been a very fruitful stream. Definitely a lot of gems dropped, a lot of charisma, varying perspective. So what's good about it is it's like it don't really got to be any bickering stuff. Things could be simplified, things could be complex, but there definitely will be valuable, definitely will be substantive, you know. And you know, we don't gotta like call people out of their name to get a point across, right? You don't gotta kind of over talk and kind of fight for the mic and stuff like that. You know, it's gonna make sure that it's a balanced discussion. Everybody gets to get their you know, say whatever they believe and then have a chance to retort. So, you know, this is how the panels is supposed to go. You feel me? Cats be talking over each other. Even if you make a good point, if all of us saying it at the same time, I can't hear you, bruh. So no matter how good you thought your point was, no one heard it. So when you're talking about, are you a control freak? You should be trying to control yourself, right? Typically, control freaks are trying to control things that they don't have control of, their environment, other people, but you can control your emotions, right? You may not be able to control the situation, but you can control how you respond to it, how you think about it. So I think if we all adopt that mindset, you know what I mean, things would be a lot more smoother for us, a lot more stress-free. And, you know, I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to just go ahead and give some closing visuals. You know, y'all could sign out, or hopefully y'all leave a comment after. But y'all know how we do. Like Big Rig said earlier, we do have a pretty prominent and prolific car culture out here. So, you know, we always represent, but that's not the only culture that we are part of, you know. We part of a culture that gives back to the community. We part of the culture that is, you know, building something that's deeper than just the random bickering back and forth on and offline. So yeah, stay tuned to what we have in store. And yeah, this has been another installment of Easily Rigged.
Easily Rigged, boy.
You know how we do it.
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged. B-Eazy Dat Dude, Big Rig slaps two of the dopest to ever do it, you feel me? Put some respect on their name.
Got me leaning like a cholo in the club. I'm truly deep. I don't be riding solo. Pull some bad bitches, they vanilla and cocoa. They wanna take some photos when we kick it out in Soho. Chicks is showing tits and popping pussy for my promo. Told them like juvenile, baby, move it for me slow mo. Then I'm right back to the block, cause I keep getting modo. I be flipping, not shrinking. I don't give a fuck about no. This nigga name ain't D-Lo, but these bitches stacking this bread forever be my stilo. This is B-Eazy Dat Dude in the trap making pass smooth. If I ever go broke, then I'm about to pull a move. Since a nigga healthy, I don't even gotta worry. With my some Fiji and tandoori and chicken curry, that ism is really indie. My pimp ain't international. I design my own clothes, so I be always looking fashionable. Here's a couple facts about me that y'all didn't know. Some of y'all be getting bread, but I be getting bigger, dog. I got bigger than a whole lot of bad bitches. knowledge in relationships,